I want to see Halzerk, man. Like, he has been one of the louder elements. Like, he's not the highest rated. Of course, that is Forrest, who has been one of the most consistent players throughout the whole way. I guess because his ceiling is insanely high, but of course his top ceiling was probably hit in 1.6. But yeah, I want to see what Halzerk can get done. I've not watched him within this lineup. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, I always go with Norbert. It's got to be Norbert, Mr. Consistent for SYMAN. So we'll see what the deal is. Wow, this is really
that's
close.
That's close to what we talked it up. We talked it up like a 70-30, but our partners at LootBet looking like the other way. And I'm gonna agree with you, Scriv. 2-0 Dig. I'm gonna pick Forrest, and I'm gonna pick Mo. That's right, Mr. Consistent's going off head to toe, and that's what excites me. And my man Mo gets the first, and so far SYMAN on the CT side pistol started with 2 kills. And on top of that, look at the map control Dignitas have. Yeah, not much to work with out of those opening duels. SYMAN have all the info. They can afford to cheat players here and there now. And that's a pretty primed start.
Yeah, real hot. Oh, Freiburg able to trade back on that P250, though. Of course, the raid boss P250. Maybe you don't want to give too many chances across here if you are SYMAN. A solid start to the round. Slipping slightly, but they still have a strong foothold. No falling down to the bottom of the mountain just yet. Meanwhile, Halzerk has silently pushed his way all the way up short. Waiting patiently for the boys to join him. There will be pressure out at long from Freiburg as well, who does need to be somewhat careful. Norbert round the corner, going to hear all these steps, and the rotations start to move in slowly but surely. He's got to win this fight by himself. I'm not a massive fan of this. He actually doesn't even check the corner properly. Norbert going to take him down. Halzerk as well. Those rotations have moved in because Freiburg was making so much noise. Get right, the utility mule is now the only one left. He does have a nade available. Might be able to drop a player or do some damage. Not going to happen. Bomb plant, maybe. Yes, no. He's just flying in with the... Oh, Kello. How does he get that? Mo drops down, and he almost actually finds Norbert there, but not quite. It will be SYMAN coming away with the pistol.
A little wild, wasn't it? SYMAN get the pistol that they seemingly had locked after the first 2 opening picks. No bomb plant, but Dig will be buying. Halzerk a bit more budgety. That way he can attempt to get that op out, right, in the long run. And SYMAN FAMAS's M4s, just a lone MP9. And Dignitas are just going to be working picks. Similar break to what we saw on their pistol. This time, they're hopeful they can find the first pick. And it's SYMAN taking it to them. Going really hard for this player in towards party. Or in towards playground, excuse me. And that's just information now tossed on the side of SYMAN, who seemingly are prepared for this B-hit script, but they're stuck in pit. And if Dignitas get the first, you never know where this could go.
Could be an absolute bloodbath. There it is. Freiburg in with the first. However, Kio's down below in mini pit looking strong. Oh, exists to drop him. I mean, the damage is already good. The bomb plant secured off the back of that. They will lose another man in the meantime. So I think they should be able to clean this up here. Any more frags going the way of the T side, yeah, not going to be good, and it's not going to be the case. So SYMAN come away with the 2-0. Retrieve the stronger weapons, those M4s and whatnot that were dropped. But Dignitas can definitely be happy. Economy modest. Money from the plant. And, I mean, a bit of confidence for them as well, finding those frags on the digs.
Couple kills, Scriv, but it's not enough. Oh, and they're investing a little bit more. I mean, the loss bonus, right? Obviously, you lose pistol, you already start with the quote-unquote second round loss bonus, so it allows you to do this once again with the Deagles and armor. And look at the damage on the Mo and Norbert. Although the kills are going SYMAN's way, there was damage being dealt, and all of a sudden it is just Exist alone. A 1v5? Pff, easy for Exist. Scriv, I do not doubt him for a moment.
I wouldn't say easy. okay? You might get 1 or 2. I'm bringing it back to reality. You're an Exist fanboy, clearly.
No, he's just my favorite player.
Sure. Need some of that nip magic, dude. That's all I'm saying.
Hey,
that's all I'm saying.
Listen, I may have dropped a 20 to a shaman.
Well,
that's
you know,
an old school reference.
Yeah, it is. It is. Some people in the chat will be like, what are you talking about? Whoa! Double dinked out. Clean round. Clean round. Of course, going to be buying into this one, though. Dignitas, kind of a throwaway in the previous. Nothing coming for them there. So really good from Simon, where it was kind of close. A little dicey against the force buy. That was much, much cleaner. And I think now we'll expect Dignitas to perhaps pull something out of the bag. They're going to need to, because Simon are off to a flying start here on Overpass.
And here we go. Opt for a halter. Told you it was budgeting for it. AK is a lack of utility, but get right. Doubling in on the flash of Freiburg. Cutting down Simon's aggression. And the AKs make their appearance known right away, Scriv. Simon wanted to take the fight to them. They knew the AKs were coming out. And if you can assert that dominance early, maybe make Dignitas a little nervous, a little passive. But no, Get Right stands tall. Simon now. We're hopeful Connector would turn into a pick, but without it, they're getting a little nervous. And they're not rotating anyone back down to A. I imagine... Yeah, they're just going to push long. Kios is going to play Heaven, and if they go B, they'll save. That's just going to be that. That's how the cookie crumbles. Haven't said that in ages, but it makes me still hungry.
Maybe that's why you've not said it for a while. It is a bit of a bait phrase, as it were. But yeah, I feel like that will be that. The bomb goes down. Remaining 3 players, although they've got a fair amount of cash, are not fancying their chances. Just going to move away to save. So Dignitas indeed will get the first rifle round on the board. No real sweat off their brow to do it either. Pretty simple, pretty quick, pretty clean. They will look to convert this into a couple. I think it's a really good place to start, though, right? Like, pull the AWP out. Doesn't really do anything. Doesn't really show itself. So I don't know that Simon are going to be fully prepared for that into the next round. Mo... Tippy tip of the head spot there. Yeah, that was a wisp of a bullet just past his head, but able to save what he's got into the next round. But yeah, winning your first rifle round, surviving with everybody left alive is just great. In terms of the cash injection, it's just absolutely fantastic. It means that you can stomach a bit of a loss here on this T side, particularly if they get a bomb plant. So slight easing of the pressure, so to speak. I'm sure they'd love to string a few together first, but yeah, Get Right entrying. That's a sight to see, isn't it?
All right. Yeah. Love to see it. Doesn't get traded. Support flash from Freiburg is mentioned. And here we go again. Opt for Mo. Majority M4s, 1 MP9. And was the nade worth it, KDO? Down to 66. Nealon's tagged up at the same time. And Norbert may just concede Connector, play the bit of a cheeky angle we've seen before. That's hard to clear on top Connector. But it is Hauser to just back up and leave Exist in a bit of a lurk role while his team looks to get Fountain and Playground control. They'll slowly start to work up here. And they've done a nice job of baiting out the Simon utility towards B. They put a little bit of pressure there early, tossed a couple flashes towards Monster. Baited out all the mollies, and then just left. It's really smart from Dignitas, knowing if they bought their utility, it would be huge to be able to bait out. And they do just that, Scriv.
Oh. But gotta be careful. Mo able on the crack angle to take down Freiburg. Forrest swinging in. The smoke is just not in his favor. And it is a 2-man advantage for Simon, although slim. They are incredibly low across the board here. Nealon, Norbert, KDO, all tagged up to varying different degrees. But still, that man advantage should enough for them to work with, I would have thought. Great little setup here. Yeah, just the old bait and switch. Way too distracted. Exist comes in with one, but SYMAN holding things down perfectly there on a short and in towards bathrooms to find those initial frags. Really well done.
Yeah, what a really cool hold from them. Really smart to call up that B player. They got control towards short. They played for info, justified that rotate up. That player and connector not dying. And then just able to set up beautifully. SYMAN, that's exactly what you want to see from these guys, right? Not panicking, not getting overwhelmed, just strong, simple setups. And it works to a T. Dignitas, AKs, no up for Halzerk. And SYMAN gonna continue to play Norbert in towards this connector while Gillets Mo look towards Fountain. And this time, Freiberg's not playing around. The snappy headshot to remove Norbert. Mo backs up in towards bathrooms. But he's definitely sticking around, Scriv. He is not one to back down from this angle.
Trained. Oh, great little beat coming in from Freiberg, though, to get him off it. Really well done. Gonna go for the fight. Does land a shot, but it needed to be the heady. Not gonna be the case. Mo will eventually take him down. Not able to get away, and Halzerk will capitalize. The panic getting to Mo after such a cool, calm, and collected start. But Nealon pushing through. Monster has caught off. Get right. They bring it back to being even, albeit by the skin of their teeth, and the trades nice and quick. Of course, from the remaining T's. KDO might just have crept in. I'm not sure that Forest is expecting him here. They are going to group up. Forest getting a little giddy. His back turned. And KDO gets a freebie. So back into a 2-on-2. Like, SYMAN hot on their heels here. Dignitas kind of looking good-ish initially. But it has somewhat dropped. KDO moving once again. Looking to catch him off guard at the barrels. He does a bit of damage. Molly going down. Molly comes towards him and he has to fight. Doesn't win it. Although the damage done to Halzerk is huge. The 1v2 clutch, definitely not out of the question. If he can drop them fast enough as well before they get the bomb down, oh goodness, he's just going to push straight in. Just going to push straight forward. The communication not really there. Exist is able to get the bomb down, get around the corner, but Kios gets his head. I don't know what has happened there, because the communication just seemed all over the shop. I'm sure we'll get to see this again, and you'll see, like, not at all hearing him coming. I don't know, man. Halzerk just looking the complete wrong direction.
Yeah, he was really dead set on that player coming in from short, but it's not the case. Great timing for that play to be made, and SYMAN 5-1. That lost bonus and bomb plant, pivotal to allow Dignitas to get this buy in here. Still fighting tooth and nail on this T side, making the rounds close. And it difficult for the SYMAN boys. And just right back to the Dignitas default. We'll probably put a pressure on towards Monster. Try to get in towards Water. Fade out as much utility as you can, because you too are low in utility and need to even the field. And get right, he's creeping. He took some damage from the Molly, but he's going to get up towards short. I'd like to say unknown to the SYMAN boys, but expected. A risk has to be taken, and Get Right's looking to take it. Freiberg the same, willing to take the fight against the head angle against KDO, but Get Right doubles in. Can he get all three? Yes, sir! Get Right, the triple entry. He's been the entry man for Dig whenever they win the round, and he's going to continue to push for control. He's in graffiti, and how expected is this for the SYMAN boys? I'd say not so expecting.
Well. Get Right on for the ace. Would be a great way to get your second round. Oh my goodness, the shot lands, but he's able just about get away. Can he find Mo? Mo is out of there. I mean, there is a flank coming through from Halzerk here to try and cut him off. Will do indeed. Everyone dropping on the SYMAN side of things, and because of how competitive, how close some of these rounds have been, they have to go for a half buy at best. Of course, Hellcase. Fancy seeing you here. Malta V 15, the two codes that we've got available for you guys from our case partners to get yourself a little bit of extra cash and 15% bonus refill bonus. Bonus refill bonus. There you go.
Stop buying our Simon.
I like
really
it.
reserved. Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Wanting to build that CT economy. A lot of teams with less experience may elect to force because you can get a couple players at M4s, right? But no one's really in double save territory. They know they'll get a buy in the next. And any damage you find on the dig here is just beautiful. Halzerk, unlucky that that op shot will not kill Norbert, but the P250 is safe enough for it. And as mentioned, any damage is good damage here for Simon. 2 kills, 3 kills is what they're going for. Utility aplenty tossed in makes these players' lives a little miserable. And KDO does get one more before he'll fall, leaving just old Mo. But you know what? He's got the AK. He'll save that, toss it to KDO or Norbert, or even Kios, whoever he chooses. Whoever asks the nicest. You know, whoever says please will probably get the AK. But that's an all much needed third from Dignitas. They'll keep the 3 alive, build that T economy ever so slightly. But Simon are going to come back with the ops. We've seen them run double before, but I think it's a bit early for that. But you definitely know Mose is coming right back out.
Dignitas getting a solid foot in the door here, stringing a couple together, answering back well. Simon are definitely in the driver's seat still, and of course, like you say, able to buy and very cleanly, thanks to their reserved financial choices. A real test for Dignitas coming into this one. Simon, of course, stomaching a couple losses. Individual prowess of Get Right pulling them through that rifle round to pick up the second, I believe it was. And Simon starting to feel a little worse for wear, I think. Pressure is on for both teams, honestly. Like, this is a great opportunity for Dignitas to close the gap. Whereas Simon, it's a really, really good chance, or well, a needed chance for them to just hold on to this lead. Holzer charging in, going to get dropped. However, Freiberg and Get Right are pretty solid at Monster. The hit from Shaw is not, and Mo looking good around the pillar. He's got support from his good buddy Kios, who actually comes in with a huge 3K to shut down the B burst from Dignitas. Monster, sound. Shaw, not sound. And Simon will get their 6th.
What a hold from Simon, just allowing Mo to pivot around that pillar. Full trust in his rifle player on barrels to not die. Mo supporting him and vice versa. A pause from Simon. Probably discussing, do Dignitas have enough to buy? Which we can tell they do, of course. And I bet Simon know the same, just discussing what they want to do into this round. But that's a beautiful hold. And just look how rich Norbert is. Or excuse me, I'm tripping. Haha. You thought it's $1,000. In my mind, I saw that as 11,000. Scriv, I'm like, wait, I added a 0 onto that.
Hold on a second.
I was like, wait a minute. No, I'm seeing things. Where are my glasses? Dignitas, though, really, goal is 5-6. And then jump onto the CT side and just allow Halzerk to go wild. Work those opening picks. Get aggressive, float around the map. But it's just getting there with a comfort level of rounds is very important for Dignitas. Get Right, back in towards water again. This time they have a preset smoke to allow him and facilitate him to push out. But he's in the smoke. A second flash, Nealon with dodge. Get Right goes through the other way and still bests him. Head on a swivel is Get Right. And his teammates are coming out through Monster, trying to fight short. KDO with the double spray. Mo the support in heaven. We're about to have some op-on-op duels as Halzerk looks to peek in towards Mo, spots him, and takes him down. And it's a 1v1, and he has other ideas other than planting.
Well, look for the push, look for the frag. Plenty of time to work with. So why not? And Norbert, I think, doesn't have any idea, but he's going to pick up the pace for some reason. Just sold on the fact that there was no one here. And Norbert, although difficult, does find the frag. I don't know, Halzerk, the 1 versus 1, right? Benefit of hindsight, and it's very difficult to make those calls in 1v1s themselves, but I'm not sure whether picking up the pace was the correct decision there. Simon coming away with a key clutch round to stay alive. As we said, their finances not looking so hot, so getting that one pretty damn big. Meanwhile, Dignitas also finances not looking so hot. They will have to eco this one out.
Yeah, I see what Halzerk was going for there. He basically gambled, saying, look, either he's going to be hard rotating and flanking me, which I can't hold with an op, and he's going to wait for me to get the plant, then charge at me. I'm going to take it to him, and if I don't find him within the first 10 seconds of walk pushing in towards lower, in through graffiti, and then into heaven, I'm just going to run to A and assume he's flanking. But played really well by Norbert to just kind of read into that. This round will have no real punch from Dignitas. Halzerk with a Glock. Absolutely owned. Mo living on 2 HP. Forrest and Freiberg. As I said, not a lot of punch. Any other gun other than a Glock for Halzerk, and that's a kill, but not right now.
Yeah, they will clean up in the end. Going to be a bit annoyed when the damage stats come in for Dignitas there. Of course, not finding the kill on Mo, but what can you do? It is what it is, as they say. Meanwhile, Dignitas taking a tactical timeout. SYMAN have certainly come to play today, bringing their A game on Overpass. Their map pick, of course, but all the same, looking really good here. Dignitas hitting a bit of a brick wall early on, where it had been kind of back and forth once the rifles had come into play. SYMAN have now edged out a pretty hefty lead. 5 rounds, pretty damn good this early on, and the potential to go even further. Dignitas need this round. Finances not looking good. Halzerk on the AWP, but sacrificing down to it. Meanwhile, the rest of the squad pretty happy with what they have. And on the other side of things, SYMAN comfortable. Comfortable. They could lose this one and buy back up. So Dignitas are going to have their work cut out for sure.
Oh, Mo, he's so blind. Norbert can line up a couple, but he cannot. It's exist with a triple. Great utility over the top to catch Mo off guard. The riflers that came back to try to trade it out. Unsuccessful at Exist's hand. Shutting that down. Now Dig, assuming there'll be a quick rotate and counter push coming in from SYMAN, we'll just sit and wait. You're not rushed. You're not bothered. You're going to wait and let SYMAN make the next move or next mistake, depending how it plays out. And you can see Dig are just relaxing across the map.
Yeah, the pause paying dividends, eh? How much further does it go than this? Can Neelan hold on? He's the only one on the A-bomb site right now. His teammate will be rotating in quickly, but he's going to have to find a few frags. Can't get it done. Could not find the headshots fast enough, and Exist capitalizes from long. So, anticlimactic in the end. But it is Dignitas picking up that all-important 4th. And once again, another nice individual play coming in, Keith, in the form of Exist this time, picking up 4 frags. Absolute mad lad. KDO, meanwhile, will move to save. And I think with the loss bonus, although it's not going to be massively stacked up, they should just about be able to put together a buy. He can drop for Neelan, who's the poorest member. Although Neelan could probably buy himself, it wouldn't be comfortable. So him surviving here is kind of important. I think he will. They're not hunting too hard on the Dignitas side of things, so just going to let him get away with it. They're happy to get their 4th. If they can get the 5th, things start to look a lot better. They could maybe string a good number of rounds together if they break this CT economy.
Well, they can get the op back out for Mo and rifles for the rest, so that is exactly what they'll do on round 13, of course. Dignitas have built up a tiny, tiny, tiny little bank. Enough to buy if they lose. They'll be lacking a little bit, but it's enough. And Exist, those are clean from him. Trying to get the team motivated. He's the motivating guy. Right there. This should light a spark in the Dignitas camp. Forrest into water this time with the support utility. Spots the jump spot. And just not a single bullet lands, unfortunate. And SYMAN have been going back into this connector aggression towards A side of things. And Dignitas really yet to pressure this off. Last round, it was Exist, right? This round, it is just all Halzerk towards the A side of things. And can Exist pre-fire Norbert out of this? He jiggles it out. That is a huge kill, though, for Norbert. It maintains connector control and puts Dignitas in such an awkward spot.
Oh, Neelan. Another frag coming in might just seal the deal, right? The awkwardness continues. They don't have any control at all. A wonderful response from SYMAN coming in. But the bomb site, next port of call, not going to work out for Forest. Will it work out for Freiburg, who is somewhat late to the party, or perhaps Forest early to it? Get right, meanwhile, at short, also not looking too good. Oh my goodness, KDO covering his teammate as well. A flawless round coming in from SYMAN. That is a great response. And you can see it's affected this D-side pretty negatively as well, Keith. They are desperate to buy back into this. Get right. Not a fan. What can he do? Maybe a Galil?
He's thinking about it.
Yeah, it took him a while there. It took him a while. I was like, is he here? Is he just gonna buy nothing?
Someone knock on Get Right's door. Make sure he's there. Neelan, aggression again towards Fountain. Maybe not expecting the op in Halzerk's hands, but he's committed. The head of Forest, the nades come raining in. Halzerk will fall, and it's SYMAN's relentless A-side aggression that has cut down Dignitas. They've been playing 3A nearly every full rifle round, right? Mo party, one pushes up, the other in connector. This allows you to pinch on towards water if your B players want you to a double up in connector. It allows you to facilitate the opening pick if Dignitas have been defaulting, which they have been, and then you can do just this. Work the picks and hit the reset. They immediately fall back into tradable positions, barring Norbert, but support from Mo on site. Really good stuff from SYMAN.
Yeah, this is kind of what I was expecting, to be honest. But definitely seems to be a strong showing from SYMAN. Oh, great little flash coming in as well. Norbert's actually able to find two there. The fact that he gets away with two frags is madness. Freiburg now the only one left with 20 seconds. He's going to try and dip down to B. He's going to face some resistance, and he cannot get through the brick wall that is KDO. Double digits hit. 11 certainly looking likely. Dig in with an immediate pause hit. Looking a little shaken on the T side.
Well, a timeout does come a bit too late than my taste or my liking for Dignitas. But hey, it's here. I'll take a moment to discuss what they want to buy here, because granted, it's last round, you buy what you can, but it's not going to be great. Freiburg, you know he's going Armor AK. Could downgrade the Galil, but his teammate has full utility, so they should just give him the green light. And they're not. They're going to ask him to downgrade. Unlucky. They value the utility, which to me says they're going into this round with a set idea that requires everyone to have their bits and pieces of utility. And we shall see if I am correct in this instance. Bit more B pressure than what you're used to seeing from Dignitas, because they're reading into the A setup from SYMAN. But again, it's the first pick for SYMAN, this time without even seeing a single dig member, just the nades.
Or on 5 for Dignitas to recover back. Great little flash. Oh, and the wild spray down from KDO. There's no one really to capitalize. They try and send a nade in. It doesn't quite meet the mark. They're trying their best here on the Dignitas side of things, but I think they were really hoping to have everybody available. An early loss is not great to suffer. Flashes coming in. Rush coming through. Neelan standing strong for 2. He's caught reloading. Oh, Get Right with a double on the D, but it's not going to be enough just yet. Has he set Halzerk up? That is the real question. AK retrieved by him. Smoke goes down, but he's too early beyond it. And the 11th round for SYMAN coming in. Dignitas not performing how we expected them to. Certainly, you know, a favored map for SYMAN. Do not get me wrong, but I mean, 10-5 at least. Come on.
Yeah. That's kind of where, in my opinion, the bar was set. Was at 5 rounds, the 6 rounds. They even have 2 coaches in the server script. Should be double the brains, but it's not to be. It's SYMAN across the board, and they didn't do anything fancy, right? They stuck to what worked. They started shutting them down in connector and not allowing Dignitas to default. Dignitas did not want to buy in to the mentality that they had to do B executes to counter that A setup. And look at these live odds change from our betting partners at LoopBet. Yeah, not surprised. Nearly even to start this. Now heavily in SYMAN's favor. But yeah, I mean, SYMAN just played beautifully, not playing in a Dignitas's kind of wheelhouse. Just playing very together, countering the default. And the result just kind of speaks for itself. 11-4, Scriv.
Well, Dignitas, ball in their court. They have got to answer back, and they've got to answer back decisively. This first pistol round will make all the difference, of course. Incredibly important. And SYMAN, they've just snuck in. They're so confident. I think they have just been spotted. Maybe an arm, a shoulder. However, the CT's playing for the retake. Will it work out? KDO the first to find a frag, but he immediately drops. Forrest coming through onto Mo. Heels on the backside. And get right on the flank. All very interesting and incredibly tense as well. As Get Right wins the fight against Keels. It's left on Neelan and Norbit to pick up the pieces. Primarily on Norbit, I would say, considering Neelan doesn't have the armor. Norbit knows it, gets aggressive. He does get one, but no more. And Neelan will now be left with an impossible task. He has to find a bomb plant and or 3 frags. Certainly not looking good.
Yeah, Neelan, can he pull this one out? I think on to exist. Able to fight off the graffiti player. But the flank was coming through, and Halzerk will lead, or land that headshot, rather. Jumps them up to 5. It's a tiny little baby jump, but it's a jump nonetheless. An MP5 on Forrest, attaboy. A mixed bag of SMGs for the Dignitas team. Typically, you see a lot of MP9s, but UMP, MP5, I'm all for it. SYMAN, not force buying, even without the plant. We see a lot of teams, if they get a plant on pistol, they won't buy here, and they'll get a full rifle next, but SYMAN, you can tell they're feeling confident. They're willing to sacrifice some utility to get the AKs out in the next, because they want to put this to bed early.
Yeah, they do. They certainly do. They do not want to allow Dignitas to pick up any momentum. Not a lot of information available for Dignitas on this map, right, in terms of the statistics and whatnot. So you do not want to underestimate them. They can't read into the fact that it's like, okay, the past 10 times, they've won more T rounds than CT. It's just not quite the case. So, and I mean the caliber of the players. However, a really slow start into this one. SYMAN hoping that someone's playing an aggressive angle, right? That they could get a cheeky P250 headshot, soften him up. Maybe even the Deagle from Norbit could find a frag. Not the case, though. Halzerk walking into bathrooms. This could be deadly. Oh, KDO, no. Disaster strikes. He kills his teammate, and Halzerk will fall to Mo. So I guess it's not all in vain, but I think that's the only frag they find. It is indeed. Dignitas get a clean 6th on the board. Awkward team kill for SYMAN, but no harm, no foul. We see the rifles come into play, but look at this. It's a very bare bones. The essential equipment. A phrase that I am stealing away from a fella I casted with yesterday, because I think it is a very good descriptor for a round like this. They've got the bare minimum.
The bare necessities.
Yo.
Banging song.
Banging movie, to be honest.
I couldn't agree more. Dignitas taking a bit of a boost in this bonus round, if you will. Trying to steal the round away with little to nothing. Freiberg, good trade, but he cannot escape. Exist, his nade gives away his position. And Kiel's kind of looking like Exist. on that T side when he rounded the corner with an AK oh so while ago. Oh so while? A while ago. And it is just forcing the MP5 to defend. He's gonna have to go just superhuman to lock this one out. Maybe he can, though. Who am I to doubt the MP5 of Forest? A flash over the top will catch him. He'll tuck in towards Optimus. He'll try to find a favorable fight, but it's just so hard. Get Right can just go for damage. No point saving UMP when you're buying next. And that nade did not do as much damage as I thought it would. KDO can walk it off, and Get Right will walk away. That Molly armor and kit is worth quite a bit. Don't really necessarily want to toss it away at this point. No one's going to give chase. And that's 12 for SYMAN.
Yeah, I think they needed to put up more of a fight, honestly, on the Dignitas side. At the very least, make it costly. I think it's going to be the momentum and whatnot that SYMAN need. Just gained a bit too early into this second half. It makes the job a lot harder now. What do we do here as well? The finances in disarray. Guess the call is to just half buy around the save UMP. So going to be a 13th more likely than not from SYMAN. This is very dire indeed. And like I say, I thought it was going to be exciting and interesting and the potential for SYMAN to take some maps. Or to take a map, I should say. However, this is somewhat wild. And I think it is. Look, we're seeing the ceiling that SYMAN can hit. The level of performance when they really do apply themselves. But of course, when you're a team that's on the pinnacle, on the cusp of, you know, really breaking in, making a big name for yourself, they've already done that within the CIS region, within the global scene, a little bit, but obviously not quite to the level that they would like. Another team that's a great example is Force, right? And I feel like they do have this ability. They can indeed apply themselves, but maybe not in every single matchup are they going to put their heart and soul into it, is what I said at the top of the show. And the thing is, you also have Dignitas, probably not played the SYMAN team for a while. They look at the stats, they go, whatever, man. They're not been playing well. It should be easy. And I think they've come in a little overconfident in places. You just see tiny little things like players pushing ahead of the rest of the pack a bit too soon, right? Great that you look for an entry, but wait for some homies. You've been playing this game for years. You should know that you should at least try and buddy up before you move into a bomb site, particularly when you're a man down. Like, we've seen that a good couple times on their T side of things. So, some easy mistakes, some sloppy mistakes, some amateur mistakes even being made by Dignitas.
Maybe Get Right at his MP9, though, can turn the tide here, Scriv. Giving up the B side, of course. The A gamble will not pay off. The payout is 0. Nealon will plant. Freiburg's flanks even being held by Kios. This angle's going to be oh so hard for Freiburg to clear. I think he's just going to play for the exits, though. As will the remaining members of Dig. Gonna be 13. SYMAN. Dignitas will buy in the next and op for certain. Guy Right will toss that over, and that kill adds to that money total. He'll grab that AK, and he'll be content as he'll look to exit. Maybe try to get a kill or two more. Get Right will. Actually gets 3. He's gonna run to the bomb. You gotta love the hustle from Get Right. Trying to keep these SYMAN members close. They know their economy is somewhat growing, and they want to try to hurt that as much as they can. Halzerk, 200 IQ save position, even surfs to live. That was cool. I'll give that to him.
On the moves. Got the KZ. Surfing KZ? I'm not sure. I never really know what KZ stands for. Is it like the type of... It's a type of maps, isn't it, that you do all your movement stuff on?
Maybe, yeah, because then there's surfing maps, and then there's KZ, which is like B-hopping and jumping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Strafe jumps. Yeah. I don't know. There's definitely someone in the chat who is going to flame me for calling surfing KZ, but there you are. I would be the first to admit, although I'm not the best at this game, my movement is definitely the weakest part of my game. To be honest. Flapping heads, though. I do say so myself. Particularly on cash. I was a cash beast back in the day, Keith, mate. You know?
Good choice. Good taste.
Yeah. Old Inferno. Old Inferno was a personal favourite. Although I can see why they changed that one. It was a very flawed map for sure. Why they got to change cash for, though, you know? I mean, I like new cash, but old cash. It's my home, you know?
I think they did it specifically to piss you off.
Yeah, I think so too. You know? I made a tweet at Gabe once, and I said, why'd you remove the R8? It was really good and balanced. And he's never forgotten. I mean, I didn't actually do that. I don't think I had Twitter in 2015. You know, it's nearly been like 5 years since the R8 came out. Like,
time flies.
I know.
I remember that gun being broken and the clip on the cobble. Cobble got reworked, it got removed, and now here we are in 2020.
Crazy.
Time flies. And what's crazier about this is we're watching Dignitas with Get Right, Forest, Freiburg, and Exist all on the same team again.
Yeah. I know, and it all comes full circle.
Yep. History repeats itself, so they say.
And they're not winning. Oh!
Okay, listen. Had to do them like that.
Well,
Simon in water control. Dignitas looking like they want to win this round, though, Scriv. Hanging on to some utility. They've iced them down to 57 seconds. They'll try the boost once more. Hopeful. And what a shot from Nealon. Forrest did not stand a chance.
Destroyed. I think it had been coming for a while, to be honest. He's got 2 frags, Keith. Oh, Halsberg with the no-scope, though, to take down KDO. He's having a slightly better game. On 9. Get Right's on 18, and they have 6 rounds. That's insane. Not going to get a kill in this round, though, as he gets clapped out. Freiburg immediately traded back. 3 versus 2. Not looking good as they're trying to stack on top of each other. Someone trying to be the hero. Is it Exist? He shoots to cover the drop, but I think that still gives his position away, so perhaps the whole idea of it somewhat nullified. But he does manage to make his way in. Thought he was going to go in from the side, but not going to be the case. Meanwhile, Kios on the flank has been heard. There's so many different angles to look at, so many different problems to deal with. Mo going to drop Exist. Halser 1 versus 2. We can't get it done. And Simon continue to string them together, looking so domineering here on Overpass. Particularly this T side has been somewhat unstoppable. Dignitas. Goodness gracious. Really not going well. And yeah, Forrest, like, there's just, he was even watching for it. You know, he fired a few shots off. He got a tag in. But he just is not having a very good day at all.
Yeah, not a good day is a mild way to put it. Dignitas will be halted at 6. It looks like Simon will jump up to that also important 15. We did kind of paint a little bit of a nerve-wracking or worrisome picture for Dignitas on Overpass, and it's kind of coming in, right? It's coming into vision that this map is just Simon's through and through. Their spacing, their executes, the way they shut down Dignitas. But hold on. Maybe it's going the other way, but no. But as they shut down Dignitas on their T side, didn't let them default, applied a pressure, like constant pressure, typically got the first pick. And all of a sudden, we're at 15-6, Scriv. Definitely not where I thought we would have been. But it's do or die now for Dignitas on map 1. Of course, they still have Nuke to bounce back on. And it's a comfort zone for them, no doubt. But I wonder how much momentum Simon are going to get from this victory. I'd imagine quite a bit.
Yeah. And we've just seen in the previous matchup as well how much, like, momentum and all that matters, but also the mental game, right? First map, really close, tough loss for Isaac O'Bours, and they kind of check out in the second. They do eventually pull it back and get some energy, but it's too little too late. See whether the same sort of thing happens to Dignitas here. Oh, no. That's an awkward nade. There you go. Only the one. Would have been a frag if hadn't have messed it up, but there you are. Take it on the chin. You can laugh about it. Ha ha ha. We're 9 rounds in the lead. Who cares? So it's all good. But of course, if it was a bit closer, that could have been the linchpin play. Regardless, minute worn down off the clock thereabouts. Norbit's left on 22 HP and Forrest on 54. But other than that, we have not seen an awful lot fragging action just yet. But we will. We will. There are two players ready and waiting on the CT side and on the T side round these corners. What's the game plan? Are we boosting up, moving in? How are we going about this? Oh, Halzerk ready for it. Gets the flick up. Kios retrieves his comrade's orb. It's a great little spot. They're very quickly up on the boost, right? No crouching or anything required, but all the same, not able to find the frags exist. Oh, needed to get one. Not going to be the case. Now Halzerk has to stay alive. The rotations are starting to come in. As the utility comes over the top, the gap will close. Kios, though, goes for the peak, and Halzerk's ready. Halzerk looking good on the AWP in this round. Freiburg pushing forwards, catches them with their pants down, gets a couple for good measure. KDO not able to take him down. The beast that is Freiburg stands strong and will secure Dignitas a 7th. Bit more time to play with here, Keith.
Yeah, some rounds to work with, right? They win this, they'll break Simon's cash, which will give them an attempted bounce back. Maybe just too little, too late, but I want them to prove me wrong, Scriv. They've made comebacks like this over the years, and it's certainly doable on CT side overpass. You grind one round at a time, you just don't look at the score, and you just focus on your individual rounds, right? You focus on your own positions, and you work within the call and the info you gather. So one round at a time is definitely going to be the mentality of Dig here. That nade just oh so short. And it's Simon to look towards this B site. Just allowing Kios to work. Beautifully timed spray by Freiburg to take down KDO. Whenever you can get a first pick without taking any damage and not seeing the opponent, you'll take it.
Yeah, lovely stuff. Gives them the breathing room that they need coming into this round. Simon, the ones on the back foot. A fast attempt from Norbit, not going to work. And another frag coming in. Meanwhile, at long, we might see a scrap over there. I think Mo is trying to dip out as safely and as cleanly as he possibly can. He has, for now, gone unseen. On top of the smoke. Lovely angle for Exist. Mo has no idea where he's just died from. Halzerk going to chime in onto Kios. Wow, and not a single frag coming through for Simon. Dignitas stand strong for 8. Very strong indeed, to be honest. Bit of a... or an immovable object, I should say. What? A immovable object? An immovable object?
Immovable?
I don't know. Well, you just... yeah.
Right?
Well, no, I'm just wondering. Is it A or an?
An immovable object. Yeah, it should be an.
Yeah. Well,
but listen, I went to college, so
yeah,
I don't really know.
I don't know. I thought that whole thing was like based on vowels and stuff. But it's literally just pronunciation. It's literally just like what rolls off better. So maybe it depends on like accent and stuff, to be honest. Interesting conversation to cover what is going to be obviously an uninteresting round here. Simon, nothing really coming so far. They've lost a player. They only have a few upgraded pistols. So you don't expect too much here, Keith. 9th for Dignitas is just around the corner. The 10th going to be a little harder, though.
Freiburg double spray. Looking for the 3rd. And he'll get it. He'll hunt it down. They're living. They have AKs now. Full kits, full head armor, full utility. Everything Dignitas need to make this comeback, and it would certainly be a long run. But they're doing it. Can they keep the pace up? No op for Simon, as far as I'm aware. KDO will just buy an AK here and just grab that flash. They're managing to continue buying here, Simon. Not taking a round to maybe get the op out on Mo. They'll take the buys as they come. But if Dignitas get to 10, 11, 12, Scriv, I may start to believe, but Halzerk's gone. The op of Dig. No luck. No support. And that just is so painful. I thought Halzerk may have just been a little safe, and Norbert finds Freiburg. Do they clear Exist? Yes. It was going so well, and it just takes one pick to open the floodgates, and wow, did they open.
Yeah, massively. Get right, 1v5 to keep them in it. He misses out on everything. Barely any information. I guess he has utility in a kit, but what does that matter? And they've pushed in. Advanced positions here from the T side. Bait shots coming in. Is he going to expect kills? I don't really think so. We'll catch him, though. That's something. But now his position given away, and he smoked out a dumpster. Okay, nice spam coming in. Get right with the big brain. Drops across to a fresh AK. I guess reloading a little bit too bait. He doesn't have a lot of time to work with here. Needs to get pushing forwards. Needs to get that smoke on the bomb. Needs to go for a cheeky defuse. Just not going to happen. Nice couple of opening frags, I guess. But yeah, too many angles to check in the end. Forget right. And wow, Dignitas not even hitting double digits. Sure, it was Simon's map pick, and I would imagine they still have some work to do on it. But like, just in terms of the matchup itself, I did not expect it to be that one-sided. Crazy. Absolutely crazy stuff there. I have to be honest.
Completely caught me off guard. Simon just kind of ran them over. As I talked about, almost thought I was blue in the face, but it was just never broken. It's Simon's CT side aggression. They played it. I always reference, and the reference always makes no sense to like explain it, but I always reference overpass like an onion, right? There's layers to it. There's the aggressive outside layer, then the next layer, which is kind of deep bathrooms, and then the last layer is sight. And they took full advantage of it nonstop, did Simon. You notice they shut down Dignitas from defaulting, and Dignitas didn't want to get caught up in the force to execute B, and they never really broke that setup, just outside of a I don't want to call it a fluke, but outside of a really good round from Exist here and there to kind of break that. It was just all Simon on their CT side, and it started to transition really well. Dignitas started to find themselves, but it was sadly just too late, Scriv.
Yeah, and I mean, you make a really good point about, like, Exist. Get Right did the same. You remember, 4K coming in from him to kind of get them, I want to say, their first proper rifle round and everything. So a few individuals coming alive and looking really good. And I mean, look, Get Right looked solid throughout. There's a clear finger to point at Forest. He did not have a great game at all. And I think, once again, the mental game, as it so often does with these older players, really affecting them. And we'll see. They're going to have a break, of course. They're going to have some time, but they need to bounce back massively and just, I don't know, man, just zone in on Nuke, just tunnel in on Nuke. Winning Nuke is all that matters. Who cares about the just win Nuke, Like, they really need to change things up and hope that that is enough for them to take us to a third map.
Yeah, I hope it is. I mean, we're jumping to their map pick. It seems to be a map that's their comfort. They've had some upsets on it. It's kind of like their home turf in a weird way. They're going to need a break, and so do we, though. So when we come back, it'll be map number 2 between Dignitas and Simon. Of course, it's Dignitas' pick. It's Nuke. Hold on. soul flew away for Dig, but it always comes back to the nest at some point. At least Harry Potter made it seem like that. I don't know if that's entirely true, Scriv, but it's Nuke, which is the nest. That's kind of where I'm kind of tying this all in for Dignitas. So hopefully they can bring it back in and kind of show us those redeeming qualities that we know these players have.
Yeah, I think so, right? It's a weird one on Overpass in the sense SYMAN very confident on it for sure, playing their A tier, maybe even S tier game. But Dignitas not hitting double digits is a big one. It could be slightly worrying. We talked about the mental prowess that they have and that they should have with the amount of experience in this team. But it might not be enough. They may well, in some places, particularly towards the end, they did look like they'd kind of checked out a bit. But of course, part of that, I think, would be Overpass, not our map. SYMAN looking really good. Respect to that. Let's get into Nuke and let's destroy them there. It'll all kind of turn out. We'll have to figure out as things unravel here. But SYMAN definitely impressing. Definitely impressing. Looking really, really strong. I don't know, man. I feel other than Get Right, like the fraggers just weren't there for Dignitas. 4 kills for Forest is ridiculous in a bad kind of way. So hopefully he can pick things up and not let it get to him coming into this one either. But yeah, definitely a wild first map. I think Dignitas can bounce back though. Like you say, Nuke is their bread and butter. Has been for a long time for these players as well, since the changes to, the new Nuke and then changes subsequent and all that kind of stuff. They've had a really good time with it. So we should expect them to pick things up. But I don't know. I honestly don't know. I feel like mentally they looked kind of out of it towards the end.
Yeah, it looked like SYMAN either went in with a really good game plan or they watched a couple of Dignitas demos. I'm going to go with demos and they had a good game plan, counteractive to what Dignitas did on Overpass. And I have to think that's going to carry over into what they're going to do on Nuke. If you've watched one Dignitas demo on Nuke, you know they're really good at controlling lobby. They're great on getting like Forest down in towards Secret, Get Right, getting into vents. They're really sneaky, and they understand every aspect of the map to a T. Now, how do you counteract that? Well, you just simply try to, I say this, you simply try to stop them from getting that comfort and control, right? As we jump into the knife here in a moment. You kind of have to stop them from getting that level of comfort that they favor and love. It's hard to do that, but if you can take away their comfort, fight them towards outside once in a blue moon, don't be afraid to lobby crunch, play assertive, get that utility flowing, and just don't play scared, because if you play scared against Dignitas on this map, they'll run all over you. They'll get control, they'll do pop executes, they'll molly out of spots, they have flashes that blind everyone from every angle. So I think SYMAN, if they come into this on the same CT mentality that they did on Overpass, they have a really big chance of picking this up.
Yeah, certainly. Like you cannot write them off at all. You cannot write them off at all. This is going to be an exciting one. And like you say, I think they have done their homework. So I feel they're going to be prepared for Nuke here. It's not the best map, but it may well be the matchup that they can prove people wrong. And it's interesting to note as well, something that we always look into, the kind of caveats and whatnot. Recently, turning things around, looking a little better. Some tight losses, some nice clean victories, right? So I think they've clearly been working on the Nuke. So it's not completely out of the question. And of course, you play so much Counter-Strike. You look at the results all the way back in May. That's kind of what has skewed their statistics, as it were, with like 5 out of 6 games in May going against them. Since then, they've gone, right, okay, well, Nuke clearly needs some work, and they have been kind of turning things around a little bit. So we'll see. Going to be really interesting here to see whether all this work and whatnot that they've put into the matchup, that they've put into the map itself, is going to pay off. Of course, starting off on the T side, so out the frying pan into the fryer here for SYMAN, and you can see the odds from our betting partner LootBet not in their favor at all.
Are you surprised?
Not with the way that like the stats are and everything. The matchup itself, may well eat those words, kind of thing. We'll see.
Yeah, you never know when Dignitas are gonna settle in and play like we know they can. Always deadly. You can never give them that room that I spoke about. And I really like this pistol from SYMAN. Contact in towards Mini. They get a player in vent, and that's what they want. They get spotted by a Heaven player, and they're gonna, I think, try to ramp in towards ramp here. Really big risk, but if they get through Get Right, that's open. Can they find the second in Halzert? He's holding on. What a headshot from Halzert. Looking for his third. He spots this player in Mo, tapping away like a madman, but Mo bests him. And that's a big kill because that's bomb retrieved, and now Mo can get out of trouble.
Oh, but immediately turned around. 2 quick frags coming back in. Going to leave Mo, indeed, to retrieve the bomb, but then to clutch it out. He can't do that. Or more easier than the latter. Dignitas will come in with a very explosive pistol, finding themselves that nice early start they were after. No bomb plant or anything for SYMAN, so just going to see them eco things out. I would have thought pull the rifles into play as soon as they possibly can. And a safe and easy start, really. Dignitas, no skin off their back. They're actually going to force. Never mind. Never mind. SYMAN going in. Okay. I'm not sure if I'm a big fan of this one, to be honest with you, Keith. We see some smokes come outside. Just trying to get that one player down into secret. Meanwhile, the rest of the squad will be hitting ramp in a few seconds here. Actually going to go bursting through. So Existor's got to hold things down. He does some damage. Doesn't find the frags. Molly coming down. He's able to reposition. And that looks a lot better. I think the possibility of being overwhelmed on ramp has been nullified. Another frag coming through for the squad as well as Keels will be taken down. So the secondary prong of the attack not going to work out. The angle not great there from Exist, but overall looking good. Someone has got to pop off here. Mo, the most likely candidate, and now the only candidate left in the 1-on-4.
Yeah, beautifully handled from Exist. Sticking around ramp that SMG. Molly holds them at bay. And only losing one on a force buy from DIGNITAS is gorgeous. Exactly what they needed out of the CT side. Start SYMAN without a bomb plant. And the fact that they already forced will not allow them to purchase here. DIGNITAS realize this. Willingness to break out an SMG. And they want to keep 5 alive here. Any damage SYMAN can find here with these upgraded Deagles would be ideal, but you know Dignitas are not going to try to give many up. Get Right, looking to make some cash. Successful on the first, to the pistol, and he just cleans them up before he falls. 2 for him is not awful, considering what he had into the round. He'll have an M4 in the following. And I don't see a world in where SYMAN are going to get a pick or get this bomb planted. And this is the Dignitas we know so far. But I don't want to get ahead of myself because we haven't seen the rifles from SYMAN, which obviously make the difference.
Yeah, of course. Ooh. Clean from KDO. He's still got a chance to maybe find one more. Biting off a bit more than they can chew here on the CT side. Got to be careful. Halzert left on 16 HP. Recalling for his teammates to come and help him out. Oh, that's not the low HP player it once was. Exist will take him down. Third comes in cleanly enough for Dignitas. But yeah, the rifles now in play is what we are indeed after. See whether SYMAN can answer back and make this second map as competitive as maybe we were expecting coming into it. Dignitas have gotten this super strong start. I think if SYMAN can get 5 or 6 rounds, they'd be really happy. 5 definitely that bare minimum. Either way, here we go. An aggression coming in from the CT side. Early utility, early smokes as well to really bait them out and make them second guess themselves. Meanwhile, SYMAN just grouping up towards the lobby area, not going for anything too spicy. I think there's one player outside, but other than that, it's a fairly frontal A attack. Actually, no, kneeling on high. So, a couple players outside. Looks like it'll be a split in. Norbit, meanwhile, going to get naded down. Must have taken some damage from bullets as well.
Yeah.
Early frag from Dignitas, and it's a free one. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of... That's a really dangerous spot to sit in at the start of the round, honestly.
Yeah, really smart from Dig, right? Facilitate the first pick. Now you can justify the rotates from Forrest, which he does really well on this map, by the way. I want to emphasize, keep an eye on Forrest and his rotates. KDO finds both of these ramp players, and just like that, the first pick is nullified. Forrest has to try to now work his way back up through ramp to pick that up. And what a push from Freiburg. Really well done and great timing on that. And this is the Dignitas power I was talking about. Even if they lose a man, they have a way of pulling rounds back on Nuke. And Nealon down towards hell. Forrest awaits him. And it's Mo. Can he best Forrest, who's already on the ramp? This exchange is really going to determine the round play out. And Forrest has it unlocked. 3 for him. From opening pick to locking it down, it's Dignitas through and through. And even Dignitas giving them what should have just been 1 kill there, but KDO turns it into 2. And that's the Dignitas strength. The ability to pull back rounds on the CT side, we're going to see it consistently.
All right, Dignitas looking real solid. Simon, a bit angry, a bit annoyed. What is the option coming into this round? They've got to pull something back in their favor. I mean, very quickly here, are going to have to get around on the board. Dignitas is starting to look very scary. No test has been failed just yet. Wide swing from Get Right. It's just free for him. Beautiful sense of timing. Forrest coming in to help him out. And another solid advantage. Dignitas certainly looking good. The mental bounce back that we were after has come through, that is for sure. Although Halzo biting off a bit more than he could chew. Existers trade him, so kind of no harm, no foul in the end. Still that 2-man advantage that they had so very quickly into this round.
Well, Nealon and Norbert. How do you bring this one back? Setting up for the spam towards the top cat and lower B. Norbert getting control. And falling back to double. There's the spam from Nealon. Cool bit of new-ish tech. As Get Right will take some damage from a nade. And they'll concede the plant and just retake 4v2. Nealon has to support Norbert to get out of this plant spot. And Right just finds him. Exist from behind. Nealon's so blind. And that is so well done from Dignitas. They'll maintain. They'll hang on. Simon max loss with bomb plant. Curious to see what the purchase will be like. That's Dignitas getting 5 very quick CT rounds. And this side was always going to be the hard one for Simon. It's how they bounce back. And can they get the 4-5 T side, and then the CT side is where the real work will begin, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely the case. I'm not sure about you, but I seem to have had a vMix crash, so...
Yes, sir.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hold on.
It is not. No,
it is not.
We are waiting.
We are blind.
Well, like, not literally, Scriv. Let's not give the viewers, like...
Okay.
Because they'd be like, wow, how are they casting this? Are they reading Braille? And then... No, like, we're literally... Yeah. We're not blind, but we're metaphorically blind? Is that the right phrase?
Figuratively, maybe?
Figuratively? Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I mean, I wear glasses. Although I wear them for strain. Like, I'm not...
Yeah.
My vision's cool. It just sort of boosts my vision. You know, like when you start the day, you're a bit tired, you have that caffeine boost, or whatever it is that you decide to boost yourself with. I don't know, jumping into a cold shower, that kind of vibe. Give him a clean while we're waiting, while I'm chatting.
Amazing. We're not blind anymore.
No, I can see clearly now. All the blue has gone.
The rain is gone, yeah, well. We take what we can get, and it's a 4v3. 42 seconds on the clock. Simon, a man down. As they look to either go down vent, which I think is the move with that smoke. The bomb is there, but a beautiful spray from Forrest. Freiburg, flick onto the mini player, and just like that, it's Mo alone. It seems like we didn't miss much, Scriv. It's Dignitas continuing where they left off, of just ruling the map.
Very good stuff. To be honest. Oh, what? Oh, what? I am sorry. What? Does Mo have like a magnetic field? And all the bullets are just forced away? Do you see that? We might see it on the replay here. Yeah, we will. Oh no, he missed the initial spray. I mean, he gets the frag. He missed like an entire clip when he was right next to him. I don't know if you caught it, but like the whole clip. I ain't even joking. Like the whole clip. One of the bullets hit him, and he was an inch. Here we go. Here we go. He maybe hit one bullet. He hit like one.
It happens.
Jeez.
Good timeout for Simon. You're gonna probably purchase here. Norbert already has armor, so he's got enough. Discussing what can they do. And to be honest, I'm a little confused myself as to what they can do. It's been Dignitas just kind of controlling ramp, making sure A is on lock. They're allowing Force to be the rotator down vent very swiftly. And he hasn't been getting caught off while he rotates, which I suppose is a bit of an issue. So I think Simon just need to keep it simple, facilitate some sort of opening pick. They've been able to try to wrap onto Hell and Heaven, so maybe go back to that. I wouldn't mind seeing some close smokes like the garage and mini wall. But they are going to try to get someone across, and just Scout Ride is all over it. Just not a chance. Norbert with a deagle. We'll find Forrest all the while, who was confident at 10-2. And that's an AK upgrade for what was a Mac 10 for Norbert. And this isn't a bad break for Simon, but again, Exist is down. The rotates from Dig is such a strong suit of theirs. I will continue to talk about it until they get punished for it, but it's not the case.
Oh, Exist mollied off the angle. Well played by Simon not to get too giddy, not to get ahead of the utility. Again, Hall's control. Down towards double door, clearing angles. Slow but sure, they are moving their way onto this B-bomb site in search of their first round. The spam coming in. Not meeting the mark, but it's nice ideas. Nice little plays. Great swing from Exist, meanwhile, as he will find one. That might just be enough. Still alive in on the site. The rotations, of course, coming in. Norbert's on this backside, and they are waiting for him to strike. Exist gonna fall, as does Holzerk. So this flank of Norbert becomes absolutely massive. There's no one there now. Build them all. Get right. Meanwhile, flank from him. Able to take down Mo. He is. It costs him a good chunk of his HP, and Freiburg moving down the vents to join him. You really have no idea where this final player for the Dignitas side is coming from. Really all to play for. Both splitting up. Oh, the decon door already open. Freiburg trying to sneak in. The distraction coming in from Get Right. He goes down. Freiburg with a trade, but Norbert is there to hold things together. Simon will get their first round on the board. It is hard fought. It is awfully close, and it will hurt them coming into this round, but they get it nonetheless.
Oh, hell case. It's lit. Malta V15. Hundreds of cases to open. Esports tournament mode and giveaways galore. You guys should check them out. They are an awesome partner to have. In the banner below and in chat. And here we are. Simon, number 2, perhaps on the horizon. Script. Did you know 1 + 1 is 2? I just figured that out. And Halzer does not want to allow that to happen. What a pick. And that is just pure confidence. Forrest, how many kills through smoke? Someone count them. He's up to at least 5 on my count.
Oh, in between his legs. Nealon able to take down Holzerk. Oh, they capitalize. Check your angles, check your corners. It seemed like half of them were there. What's happened? Team kill comes in from Nealon. Nealon was watching it. Nealon was savvy to the fact, but his teammate ran in front of him. The buffoon. Life is hard for Nealon right now. He's trying his best to open up. Awkward fights being taken by both sides. It's still just about a man advantage for Dignitas. They're down on the B-bomb site. Creeping past double doors. They know that there's someone just on the other side of them. Ooh, fake coming in. Get right. Biting. He actually wins that fight. That's insane. Opens the door and lands 2 headshots. That's mental. Nealon in the 1v3. Will take down Forrest. Couple more to go. He's got about 35 seconds left. He knows that Get Right is about, and he's waiting for Get Right to peak. Little does he know that Freiburg is actually very, very late to the party here, so he's really not sure. And there you have it, the double peak. Get Right doesn't find it, but Freiburg was behind. Perfectly played by the two of them. That is, of course, years and years and years of experience together. Dignitas, meanwhile, will get the 7th and immediately turning things around. Simon cannot catch a break, really. They get the 1 round, but it's false hope.
Yeah, no one likes false hope. Never good. And nothing to speak about for Simon here, Scriv. This one's gonna hurt. 8 for Dignitas already on the CT side. We're only on round 9. I mean, I might be writing this one off a bit too soon. And I guess KDO will make sure I know about it. Shot on exist. The rotator is Halzerk with his up. The B hops from Mo. I don't even think he was hitting hops. He was just jumping. And he's going to continue his run. Get Right. Finding heads as he does, though, Scriv. 3 kills for him. He's just a headshot machine right now. Not missing. And it's just KDO Norbert alone. Have the M4 and Deagle with armor. Bomb in their control. But you guys got to get through Get Right. GLHF.
Yeah. Unenviable for sure. Don't really mind that I'm sat here watching. Freiburg gonna find the first and Get Right the second. Easy stuff. Dignitas will find the... It's a little costly. For sure. Get it on the board. 8 already. If they win another rifle round here, they'll be up to 9, probably 10 off the back of it. Any more than this, and they are absolutely singing. Or any more than that, I should say. Any more than, you know, the 9 or 10 that comes off the back of winning this one. So, Simon, pressure is on. Work cut out. Solidly on the back foot. See what they can get done. However, Keith, the utility coming in thick and fast early on to try and maybe facilitate an early frag. At the very least, a semblance of control given across to Simon. But again, will it be false hope? Will they actually be able to work with it?
No one likes having false hope. But Mo needs to work something with his op. I know it's hard to op on T-side nuke. It's similar-ish to Inferno T-siding. But you always have that outside, right? You can work up 1v1 against someone towards outside, into towards heaven or garage. Forrest through the smoke. Norbert's prepared for it. Enough shenanigans from Forrest, they say. And while Freiburg has to worry about Hut through and through, they trust Halzerk towards outside. Simon, now bunched up in the lobby with no control, Scriv. If they had some sort of control towards ramp or maybe a couple more players outside, they'd be able to start moving. They needed an entry and Norbert will find it. Down the vents they will go. A spray from Freiburg drops the bomb carrier. But the bomb makes it down there nonetheless. And exist to be tested here.
They don't know. They don't know. This is an interesting kind of approach from Simon. Find the frag onto Halzerk, but exists a second man here. He's got the drop on the first there. Probably going to have to take it before the opportunity passes away. Yeah, the door shut. Ooh, and he's crept into dark. Yeah, peeks out and takes him down. Should have just dropped him. Should have just dropped him, and it cost him the round. So at least it's one of the factors that cost him the round. Simon able to get that second on the board. It's again a little difficult, a little dicey, and comes off the back of some mistakes from Dignitas, but they will be happy to have it. Oh, and even so many rounds. Dignitas have to take a tough buy, a half buy. Not a full send here, but a fairly chunky buy coming in, at least in terms of the money. You know, relative to the cash they have available, it's a chunky buy.
They're almost there, Scriv. 4 rounds to play. If they can get up to 4, 5, hell, 9-6, that would be pretty cool. And as we can see, it's going to be Dignitas buying all the way down. Halzerk will not. He's going to be very reserved in the manner because he wants to get an op once rifles come out after the next. What does this mean? It may mean Simon can get up to 4, Scriv. They've broken the money in Dignitas. It did not take much because although they're losing rounds, they've kept it to the point where at times Dignitas kept 1, 2 alive, 3 max. They've been doing well in that sense. And this half is anything but over. And if my ears did not tease me, that was a 1 bullet tap. Good night.
Oh. Nasty one from Forrest. So 1 taps all round, it appears. He is traded out pretty damn quickly. We'll drop down. I hear some ticks in the chat. I think it's a nice shot. Yeah, you too, man. Thanks. The round looking pretty much said and done here. Halzerk actually going to delay the bomb plant with a cheeky little peek. He's still alive. He takes a lot of damage, and he is finished off by Mo. 5-7. Goes in fast. Can't find anything. Of course, a famous weapon for that man. Exists, meanwhile, 1 versus 4. Wants to hold on to his AK. Thank you very much. So, Simon, answering back, looking good, fending off the force buy, will get themselves a 3rd round on the board. We do have a player dropped out for Simon as well, so just going to have to wait for Neelan to reconnect. Oh, there you go. Speak of the devil, and he shall appear.
The unspoken one, Scriv. Just don't say his name. You never know what's going to happen. Simon get up to 3. Exist escapes with an AK. He'll keep it because he has armor. And then round 13 is when the big guns will make a reappearance. Halzerk, again, could go for a P250 or a nade or something. Just very light. Norbert's going to look to make some cash with his Mac 10 because he's lost his gun, so he wants some redemption. Seems like Mo forgot the lineup or someone threw his smokes and now he has to readjust for the other. And Freiburg, we've seen opening picks from here before, but not this time. Norbert will worry about the vent rotate. Poor old Get Right will drop through the vent. And Exist for the AK will find nothing. So that'll be that. We followed the action beautifully. Everyone tip your hat to the cameraman. That was great. That was very well done. And that is going to be a 4th for Simon Scriv. And, may I add, Simon are set for the remainder of the half. Just toss that out there, even though we are coming near the end.
Yeah, I mean, worth noting for sure. And they find themselves a good number of rounds here. If they, I mean, it's still doable, right? To fully close the gap all the way back to 7. That would be great. They're hitting a decent mark. 1 more round, and they're like, okay, cool. 5, nice. Need more than 5, and particularly with the start that they had, they can be very happy indeed. Meanwhile, Dignitas. Looking to go all Negan up in here. I don't know, that's maybe an out there reference. I did mull on it for a second.
I do like it. That's a pretty fire reference.
Yeah.
Just a shame he never died.
Well, yeah, you know, say what you will.
True.
About the way that it's gone. It could be it could be worse. It could be worse.
It could be, yeah. Will not complain.
Yeah, one day we'll start our TV show rant podcast thing, but
I'm down.
Today is not.
No, not the day.
No, not
Halzerk
today.
with the opening pick. He's gonna make sure we don't talk about it too much, Scriv, because we're both ramblers. And once our lips start a flapping, who knows what's going to come out of it. So we'll stick it to CS. A little bit of a cheeky boost on the corner, just to give Mo that extra little high heel boostage into the ramp side of things. They're a man down. which is going to make this A-site hit a little more difficult. Norbert hopeful that someone will peek into him, but I don't think it's going to happen from Freiburg. He's going to wait for them to make the contact. They have to worry about Mini up until they get around these boxes. Freiburg knows that. Smoke comes in. Freiburg the spray on one. Forest in heaven. And they will maintain man advantage. They don't even have to keep facing anymore. Just let Get Right do what he does best and creep through a smoke for the first. Not quite the second. It's Mo alone. 27 seconds, 35 HP, bomb in his back, and Exist coming in from behind. And this should be the night for Dig. Simon will be halted, but as previously mentioned, loaded. They're quite well off. And if they can get 5, I would consider that a pretty good half, considering how things have been going for Simon.
Yeah, money definitely looking good. So, I think they're fine. And like you say, 6 still doable. Could it be a little harder here? Bit more pressure on this round particularly. But Simon definitely looking more confident towards the tail end of the game here, that is for sure. And I think it is certainly respectable. Really happy with the way that they have been playing things out here. See whether they're able to close the door a bit faster this time. Obviously, it took them a good long while to make the first half a bit more competitive. Ooh, inches, awfully close. Looking good in the end. No real damage coming in so far. Really slow start, he says, and then Norbit will take down Forest.
Well, that's a pretty grand opening pick for Simon. Question is, will they get away without getting traded? And they won't. That's what I talked about. Dignitas are really good at just getting those kills back. They understand the lobby control and the pressure points on Nuke. And Halzer's not going to stop. Why would he? He's on a roll. The flash may come in, but he has support from a rifler, so he may back up. But Freiburg will not. Molly in hand, Nealon gets caught. Halzerk with a third, and it's Kios alone. A 1v4. And Freiburg's not playing around. The 2 players that push in towards Squeaky clean up everyone on Simon, and that is just how good they are at getting control when they're a man down and finding a pick. It's almost artistic, Scriv.
It is real nice. It is real nice, and I'm glad to see that they did indeed bounce back. I think it was a case of, look, Nuke, our map through and through. Don't get too hung up on this here overpass. It needs work, but we can work on it another day. There's no need to stress about adapting within the game itself. It's just not happening for us, and they're playing relatively well. Respect to them, but let's take them down on Nuke, bring it to a third, clean things up on Inferno. How about that, lads? And that's kind of what they're going for here. 5th, the best that Simon can hope for, and it will have to come into this round. Exist, opening up through the smoke. Not the best of starts. A minute and 20 left on the clock, so they are going to have to find themselves a way back in once again. Simon are just on this back foot. Really tough stuff for them. They just, I mean, this whole half through, starting off slow, starting off a little poor, sure, but then when they start to pull things back, they could never really catch that full break, the big moment that they needed to pull things around. We'll see. Ooh, nice little catch there. Forest is completely out in the open, but it doesn't matter. Freiburg at the back vent. Holds down for 2. Support from outside. And Mo the only one left.
He's Mo alone. And he's not looking like post-Mo alone, but he's able to find Halzer. I'm done with the corny jokes. That's all I got. Believe it or not, that's it. I'm out. Exist? Falling asleep behind the mouse? Mo into Mini. What is that? 21 HP will not expect it right there. Okay, Mo, look. We know you're an opper. But he has been hopping around the map like a rabbit and hitting shots like that. He's I remember that round. He hopped across ramp and killed that player hopping it towards Hall. I mean, he's been playing well. He's been having a good series. But 11-4 is kind of what I expected. 11-5 would have been perfect. There was a chance for 8-7 there, Scriv. But no. And here we are. Let's take a look at those live odds. Yeah. Pretty much what I expected, Scriv. Shout out to Luke, our betting partner there. The boys, as we've been saying all the time. Check them out below. Worth the look. And the pistol may just top off that CT half from Dignitas.
May well. Nealon got his trusty Julies, Punch and Judy, ready and waiting. Norbert gonna drop Forest. This is a good start. Mo staying alive. Oh, does take a goosh, and it was set for Kios, but not gonna be the case. Alzert coming in with 2 on his hero P250, leading away the raid boss. Looking sick. Will be a 4 versus 3, and Mo's on 9 HP. This is not looking too good at all. They're trying to push out from A, and little do they know, they kind of got the bomb control here, because they've left the bomb behind on the Dignitas side. They sent Get Right, I suppose, to go back and retrieve it, and he's like, guys, they're after me. They're on to me. But he does drop Nealon.
I hear them.
Norbert and Mo now the only 2 left to pick up the pieces, and it's not looking too good.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Not too good. Oh, Norbert backside. Oh, a 3rd. Does he flick for the 4th? Get out of town. He is a beast. What a USP clip. What a ace from Norbert. Sign him. What is that? He needs, like, this is unreal.
Oh my god.
If you don't have him in your fantasy, you might want to start consider picking this guy up, because I swear he's Mr. Consistent from SYMAN all the time.
Yeah, he has like a really high floor, I think. His ceiling doesn't come out all the time, but certainly seems to be, like you say, Mr. Consistent. Mental. Absolutely mental. And that's the type of individual play to spur you forwards. They will look to fend off against this force bite. The first frag coming in nice and easy. Can they find any more? I think they'll maybe need 1 more from the outside exchange to feel confident in themselves. Mo fancying himself a little bit of a Wild West hero. Oh. Oh, okay. And well, like, I don't know, Billy the Kid, he'll eventually get shut down. Don't really know that many cowboy stuff, like real life cowboy stuff. Like John Marston, I know that one. He'll get shot down. Nonetheless, the rest of the team coming in and they will close things out. Nice and clean. Norbert in with 3, feeling revitalized, looking real good in the early rounds of this second half. The 6th for SYMAN, and they will have a bit of a free pass coming into round number 18. Bro, you know it's hot. My water is like room temperature. It's really uncool.
Room temperature water is actually the best for commentating, Scriv. It hugs your vocal cords and allows your throat to sing the song of commentating.
Well, it doesn't taste as hot.
Okay.
Not taste, you know what I'm saying? Like, and hot's the wrong word to use as well when we're talking about temperature.
Okay.
It just doesn't, like, flow as well. I get what you're saying, though. That does make sense that it's better for the vocal cords, but I'm like, whew, I'm hot, man. I need a sip, need a refresh, and then it's like lukewarm. It's like, okay, cool. But I guess if it's for the greater good of my voice, which is all I'm here for, you know, then okay, fine.
Yes. I was gonna let you struggle a little bit there. Opening pick for Halzerk. How does he find these so consistently? the shotgun from KDO is trying. Oh, he's painting a picture around Forrest. None of the bullets or pellets will connect. And here we are with Simon. Buying up once more. The bonus round gets shut down, but good thing it was just the bonus. Scriv M4s will make an appearance. And times are tough for Simon. I'd say this round is a must-win in the context of the match, Scriv.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. They need to get themselves this early pressure on the Simon side of things, particularly. It's definitely doable. On a map like Nuke, CT side, right, all the parameters are here once again for a comeback. Didn't see it earlier on from the Isaaco Boars. It would be pretty incredible if Simon are able to mount it, particularly against the solidarity of a team like Dignitas. So far, Keith, a slow start. Minute or so gone, just under. More like 55 seconds just gone from the round. Nothing as yet coming in. A lot of chip damage done to the Dignitas boys, I suppose, but no frags as yet. And it looks like it might just be a straight-up rush into B. Slightly later on into the round, trying to catch them sleeping. Not going to happen. And more chip damage coming in. This is really going to make a difference.
Oh, exist. Shut down by Mo. 1 HP. Norbert's gonna get hard cleared by Get Right all the time, but Norbert again with 2. The headshot machine. Freiberg, does he spray the vent? It's Norbert to come out on top. 42 HP to the AK. Forrest in clutch mode. It's a 1v4 that Molly will allow the plant. And who peeks first? Who's the first to perish? And no, it's Mo to make sure the round is a Simon one. 8 for them. Whew, they keep 3 alive. That's huge, but it's Norbert and Mo. It seems to be just their show.
Bomb has been defused. Counter-terrorists win.
Absolute beasts, honestly. They're really turning it around here, Keith. That's hilarious as well to watch again. Yeah, looking real good. Looking real good, right? You would expect the CT side a lot more prepared, a lot more comfort coming in from the likes of Simon. Oh, wow. Neelan. Hello there. That's a nasty opener.
Dignitas, man down Scriv after that unreasonable Neelan pick. And he's going to go ahead and rotate down. Little no control towards outside. A drop down to try to find Freiberg and co. And Neelan on the headshot angle. He's going to fall back. This is the smart play. Act like you've left. Stay in decon. He's gonna get double peeked here, surely. But he gets the first. The spray is great. He'll find Freiberg. Neelan. It's just his round. On pace for the ace. Don't doubt it. Boards may find the rotator. Neelan caught off guard. Can Dig pull this back? It would be such a Dig thing to do.
It would. But the denial, the attempt at the denial coming in from the CT side, and the attempt is looking pretty damn good. Another frag comes through. Get Right. 1v3. Could be able to get the plant. No, he's faking it out. KDO going for the wide swing, but KDO bests him. Simon up to 9. Decisive as well with 3 players surviving. They are making money. They are denying bomb plants. They are bringing it within 3, Keith. This is looking really comprehensive, actually. Simon Want to make me believe just a little bit. Maybe that's when the curse comes in, of course. But Dignitas hitting a brick wall. Maybe another timeout required. They're going to spend a fair amount of cash into this round as well to try and do some damage. Maybe even steal it away.
Oh, trying to get through. Get right. Lost himself. Could not find the vent. A plant attempt going to be coming in from Freiburg. Can Kiosk find the spam? He finds him after. But the plant is a plant. Money has been made. Exist will not be able to stop the defuse, but maybe another kill. Forest into the vent. Can he find an AK? He actually drops one, so that's not so bad. Damage to the SYMAN economy is always welcomed. And with that plant, it allows Halzer to get an op and AKs aplenty for the rest of Dig. But I wouldn't count SYMAN out. They have started to ice out Dignitas on the CT side. That plant makes a difference. And Halzer with the op has been very successful in opening picks. But I'm getting a little bit of a vibe check back that SYMAN are really comfy on the CT side. I don't, maybe Really's pushing it. But so far, honestly, nothing to complain about.
Yeah, I mean, pretty solid stuff. They are preparing themselves, heavily hit. Looking real good, looking real hot. Can they continue it? It is, oh man, just on the cusp. They can feel it. They can see the 12, the evening up of rounds after such a poor start to Nuke. Dignitas are the ones on the ropes. Dignitas are the ones that are sweating ever so slightly, but SYMAN, I think, certainly starting to feel the pressure. Timeout ends. They will move into round number 23, hoping to pick it up. The 24th probably comes with it. We see a technical pause, though. Bit of a tease, to be honest. Come on, guys. All right, we don't really have too much coming in terms of the pause, unfortunately, in terms of information about the pause. So, always hard to tell when no one's dropped out either. Hopefully, should be back into the action quickly, and obviously we'll feed you information as soon as we get it.
SYMAN, though, with his op on Mo, he's starting to work it. He's been caught off guard a couple times, but still able to get a nice, quick, snappy kill here and there. Norbert. And the story of the CT side, playing towards A to near perfection. And you never know when KDO, Kios, and Nealon are going to start to wake up, because that can happen at any moment. And the unpause is in. If Dignitas lose this, we could have a tied game, but with a loss bonus and over $1,000 on a couple players, I'm unsure what the following round bye would look like, but we'll focus on the present. We'll focus on the here and now. And it's Dignitas who have to come up with a different approach. It's just not working right now.
Minute and 25. Tension begins to mount up here for Dignitas. Utility coming in as they will look to push their way forwards off the back of the wide outside take. Yeah, and Mo kind of knows it. He's a little weary. Going to drop back into somewhat of a safer angle, or no? He's trying to make his mind up. He knows that they're probably on their way. They're probably coming. Slow but sure. But they're still on the way. Norbert as well on the other side of these smokes. They begin to dissipate, and Halzerk ready. Takes him down. That is a key frag for Dignitas to be picking up. 50 seconds left. Another one as Nealon jumping the gun a bit early. Will also fall to Halzerk. 5 on 3 then. SYMAN are going to have their work cut out to pull it back.
lot of pressure on Mo now. He's given up entire outside control. Means they can come in through mini kiosks. It's a big fight without taking any damage. And that should let them know, as Get Right to the Lurker, that the rest have crossed and probably in B, but they're saving. DIGNITAS are going to get a 13th. I don't see SYMAN going for this retake. I just simply don't. Unless they get given a free kill towards ramp, or they come down vent and catch a sneaky one. That'll just be that, Scriv. A painful one for SYMAN to lose, but unable to get control back in time, allowing Dig to give or have Secret and get out for free. DIGNITAS have changed their approach ever so slightly, but it's already paying off for the 13th, Scriv.
Yeah, it is tough. It is tough. They have to take it on the chin, though, and come back in the next round. DIGNITAS keeping them at arm's length. It has not been the cleanest showing on this D side, that is for sure. Still retaining their lead to a good enough level. SYMAN kind of going to be kicking themselves a little bit, I think, as not to get off to a strong start. If they'd have kept things a bit more competitive on their own T side in the beginning, not even towards the end, but in the beginning, it could have been a very, very different turn of affairs here. We'll see. Definitely not out of it yet. They do have an opportunity in this round, possibly in the next, to keep on buying back in. Massive damage done. Freiburg's just sprinted into Mini, though. They are not ready for this at all. The player at the back of the site is so low as well. He's going to flash himself through the smoke. Goes charging on through. A weird exchange, but he still manages to find the frags. Quick trade from Kios. He's dropped down. He's left by himself as Mo has got to clutch it out, and he can't. Wow, DIGNITAS coming in with a very uncharacteristic speedy round there, Keith. Not giving them any time to breathe or prepare. And it works beautifully. Dropping them all as well means they have to go for a very stringy buy. They will have some rifles. They will have an AWP, but ADO, Neelan, nothing really coming for them.
SYMAN, the end of their cash. Couple pistols, couple M4s, opt for Mo. Could be the difference maker. Could be the factor they need to change the round. They need Norbert again to step up. Doesn't want to use his smoke early, but at the same time, you're kind of pressured to with the door being open. And DIGNITAS again looking towards outside. They've had a good feeling, and that is the weaker area, the area of contention that they can win in. And Mo is repositioned. First time in secret. Can he get the drop?
Unlucky. Really could have done with that. Wide outside execute coming in once again from DIGNITAS. Another slow approach to it. We saw this be massively successful last time. A nice little counter coming in. Orbit with a double. Oh, and that's the hero they needed. Beautifully read. Last time, they struggled. This time, they come out on top. Brilliant adaptation. It might just give them the 11th.
It may. Again, it's Norbert, Scriv. He said his name a lot this game, and rightfully so. Get right. Could be caught off by the peek from KDO. Mo. Op pick secured. Gotta be careful when Get Right gets rolling. KDO's gonna get peeked. He may need help, but no. The Deagles retrieve AKs, and SYMAN keep 4 alive, Scriv. That's gonna bode well going forward. DIGNITAS. Okay, they needed a pause because Exist could have gotten a drop really easily from Forest. So I'm very confused by the panic purchase by Exist, if I'm right to call it that, Scriv. Again, could be overanalyzing. But if he just took a moment, waited, definitely could have got hooked up with an AK. Or at least a Galil.
Strange.
Or maybe there's a set play with this.
Yeah, it looks like it. It definitely looks like this is part of the plan. Making noise, being a nuisance, drawing attention. And at the very least, he's drawn attention. He was just creeping in, being kind of aware of the fact that he could be around, could already have pushed in. So I'll take a nice off angle on the mini ramp. Ooh, Norbit. Was there a gap? Or has he just had the best timing of his life? Sprays through, takes down Freiburg. There must have been, or maybe it started to dissipate actually. There's no smokes there now, so I would imagine probably dissipated. A key frag coming in. That could make all the difference. Norbit having some big rounds once again. SYMAN. And Exist. He's in a key spot. He's in a great spot, but it's awkward in a number of ways. A, might not be anyone that comes his way. And B, he's got a Mac 10, so it's not like it's the most ideal weapon to be using. Oh,
Do it. Pull the trigger, Mo. Come on. You're feeling it.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
There it is. Door opens. Finds the frag. 4v3 coming in, though. Forrest did manage to find one before going down.
Norbert and Vent. Nealon will group with him. Dignitas have no post-plant potential, right? They're stuck on the site. All three. I don't know how that's not a kill from Mo. Knows where one player is. The close-up exists. Doubles in with his Mac 10. Norbert, you have an outposted on you now in the form of Exist and Halzert from sight. How does Exist do that? With the Mac 10, I doubted. And Dignitas jumped to that 15. SYMAN will buy what they can, but it'll be a limping buy. And Dignitas look to finish it off. And Exist is not going to upgrade. He's keeping it. He knows they don't have head armor.
God damn. It is coming all the way down to the wire here. SYMAN having to hold on one last time. Well, 4 last times, I suppose. But they need to keep it going here. And, well, Exist opening up. That is not a good sign. Oh, Mo's in a great spot. Maybe jumps a little early, honestly. Only good for 1. Could have gotten more there. They really did run straight past him. They were not prepared for him at all, but benefit of hindsight. We'll see. The round's still definitely doable. 3 versus 2, but low HP bars. SYMAN could pull it back.
Bomb has been planted.
Retake. Norbert gets the first of this. Famas cannot find Exist. Thought he had the drop. And Cadio has double molly, essentially. One in front of him. He could molly back sight, then toss another, but I think he wants to go undiscovered. But no kid, he has to go loud. Yeah, he's out of time. Forrest will close it. And we get what we think we deserve, Scriv. A third map between Dig and SYMAN.
Yeah, beautiful stuff in the end from Dig, and you really have to give credit to SYMAN for fighting back and looking good on that CT side of things. And look, if they'd have gotten off to a stronger start, it may well have been a very different story, but it's just not the case. So we end 16-11. That's just the way it goes, right? Like, I don't know, SYMAN, man, the nuke certainly is there. T-side early needs some work. But the fact that they nearly pull it back is a really good testament. And also a sign from Dig that perhaps there's a few issues here on there. Inferno is so hard to call here. I really cannot put my finger on who is going to take it. Both teams looking really, really good this evening.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, look at Get Right. 40 kills thus far over 2 maps. Norbert, but he is just playing out of his mind, punching up in a way. I would say keeping SYMAN into that nuke match at times. Without his fragability, I really felt like that could have definitely snowballed around, right? So it's going to be a Dignitas map in the end. They pull it back, they claw it back. But you have to say it's admirable at the amount of fighting and level that SYMAN put into that. Mo really started to find his own on that CT side. It was just too much of a hill to climb back into. And now Inferno left over. I don't know which way I'm leaning. I look at this as it's going to be like a really close Inferno.
I mean, there's a chance that we maybe see a blowout as well. It's been a long and gratuitous evening. Like, honestly, it's been really, really difficult for the both of them, I think. And it's kind of hard to tell. I would imagine they're both going to be pretty solid here. SYMAN, though, can they bounce back, right? Dignitas were able to. SYMAN, we look at it, watching it. We're like, if they got some early rounds, definitely could have taken that. So I feel like they'll be thinking that as well, and they need to just put it to the back of their minds and forget about it.
Yeah, no doubt. And we're going to take a short break before we jump to Inferno. It's the third map between Simon and Dig. Who knew we'd get here? Well, we're there now, so hang on. ladies and gentlemen, to Malta Vibes. It's time for the third map. It's Inferno. We're just waiting on one or two players to jump in. Scriv, thoughts, feelings, quick summary on Nuke. How'd you feel? Did you think Simon were up to the task? Did Ding miss the mark? Even though they got the map win, were there moments of worry for you?
Yeah, for sure, right? There was definitely a point at which I feel like Simon key round. I want to say it was like 13-10, maybe 12-10. And they let it slip and they were never really able to get back in. So there was some important rounds that Dignitas took over the line that eventually secured it for them, but definitely some dicier, sweatier sections to that second half for sure. But yeah, I feel like Dig going to be confident coming into this. Really slow start from Simon, not wanting to hit that again. I guess they get momentum in and of themselves by pulling things back, but then also it's slightly disheartening to not fully mount a comeback. And also, in the end, you have to be real, not even bring it all that close. So yeah, I mean, we'll see. I'm definitely confident in Dignitas, I think, to be the stronger side here, but it's been really close between the two of them. Really exciting stuff and some key clutches, some key individuals and whatnot. We did also see a very messy Dignitas on Overpass, you have to bear in mind. Yes, they get 9 rounds, but I think 2 or 3 of those are down to individuals popping off, which is very hard to replicate, as I always say. So I feel like there's so much here piled into one. Simon playing some of the best Counter-Strike we've seen from them in quite a while, because I think they are really, hearts and souls into this. And it is making for some entertaining Counter-Strike. I'm excited to see how it goes down.
It would be a shame to lose Dignitas this early, but also at the same time, Simon would earn it. Like, there'd be no question if you watch Overpass, you watch Nuke, and now what could be a really close Inferno, it would be earned. There'd be no questions, no doubts. And as I kind of talked about off air, maybe Dignitas did take that player break while Simon had been grinding. They've been playing a ton of Counter-Strike. I think even look at the Dignitas page, not a lot played in the last 3 months, which kind of alludes to me believing they took the player break. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just Simon have been on that grind and been playing a ton.
Yeah, a bit fresher, bit hotter, bit more ready, and you could feel that definitely with Overpass. Nuke, not so much. Dignitas really looking clean in that sense. Definitely takes time to take it over the line, but to be expected, getting complacent, and those types of scorelines can be somewhat misleading. I think it's so hard to call here coming into Inferno. Honestly, the two of them have had their strengths, had their weaknesses, both struggling to really get their feet off the ground early on. So I think it'll come down to initially, like the early rounds, who gets that starting kind of pistol, rifle round and whatnot, and then moving into the next couple of rifle rounds, that's where it'll really be decided. If you can get 7 or 8 rounds initially, or 7 or 8 rounds fairly uncontested, where your opponent's maybe got 1 or 2, then those rounds are going to make the difference. I think that's been the case on both maps, so I don't see why it wouldn't be the case here again.
I agree. I think Mo and Norbert were 2 standouts from Nuke, and I'd imagine they're going to be kind of the same pedigree going into Inferno. They don't strike me as the type of 2 players after 2 great maps are going to drop off into nothing, but I think they do need KDO, Kios to try to wake up, in quotes, right, and really get involved on this map. Inferno requires a lot of, like Nuke, a lot of CT aggression and banana. You're going to play for info heavily, and you have to really justify those rotates, which are 2 parallels from Nuke to Inferno. Overpass a little less so because your CT rotations are very quick, but these 2 maps specifically, I think they have to play for info. They have to remover, Dignitas across the map, set up Mo for success, and then you never really know where this is going to go. I think Halzerk was a little rocky at times on Nuke, and it's hard to op on T-side Inferno, the hardest T-side, in my opinion, to be a successful T-sided opper.
Yeah, that is very true. Something that might prove detrimental. It's a really interesting point you bring up. We'll see. We will see. They take the knife over the line, so they have the choice of sides. Obviously going to go for the CT side here, so I suppose that AWPing issue we're not going to see for a while from Dignitas. But yeah, there's a lot. There is an awful lot here between these two teams. Hard to tell. It is very hard to put your finger on it. We thought Dignitas coming into it, just because of the firepower and the experience and all that good stuff, would be able to take it over the line with a clean 2-0. But, like, I guess the fact that it's online Counter-Strike, they've had a break, SYMAN playing their A game, they weren't expecting that, and slow starts from both teams. It's been a very up in the air series, and it shouldn't have been. It shouldn't have been. They are the favorites coming into this, though, Dignitas. The rush up middle may not prove to be the most effective from SYMAN here. They will have to drop back on the CT side of things. Forest doing a bit of damage, but no frags coming in as yet. They're going to opt to wrap to be quick. The first frag comes in. It's Freiburg to fall. Neelan, meanwhile, on the back end of things. Spotted one, looking for the second. Doesn't come as easy. The communication's a little broken. The bomb coming back now, as SYMAN are all over the shop, and Dignitas not able to pick them apart, not able to find any gaps in the attack, just getting rolled over here. The bomb goes down, 5 on 3, and the clutch going to be required from Dignitas.
Yeah, 3v5 retake, and you have to clear 4 players out of pit. All I can say is good luck. KDO's going to make it that much more impossible. Just going to have to hit a few more of those bad boys. And now that he's completely alone, it's Mo. Long-range Glock cutting them down, and SYMAN pick up where they left off. Continue their winning ways. Although Dignitas won the map, I felt like SYMAN were starting to build that momentum, starting to build that shift on Nuke. And this is a prime start for them. Dignitas will be forcing back. Halzerk's invested in the scout, which screams to me he won't have enough for the op come first rifle. But they're not thinking of that, Scriv. They're thinking of right here, right now, taking this round away.
Gonna go for it, man. Gonna go for it. Oh, lovely stuff. Nades over bullets. Really, really good there from SYMAN to find the opener into this second round. That's massive. It's really fast. Gives them a lot of control. The CTs can't really react in time to plug the holes. And it's pretty cost-free as well. That's great. And that's exactly what you want. In these anti-force buy rounds, you need to be finding the first frag, and then you can slow things down as they are. Look for an execute. Or maybe just clear some areas. See if anyone pushes into you. Keep the CTs guessing, because this is a kind of round where you play a lot looser. You take a lot more risks. And at the moment, that's exactly what they're doing, right? Dropping a player back to a speed wall. We've also got Forest here getting ready to move to B. I think, are they going to save? Is that the idea, right? Just concede the rounds and go into the next. Yeah, okay. So go into the next with what they have and give the second to SYMAN pretty much for free. They definitely earned it, but they didn't have to pay very much.
Yeah, no doubt earned it, but don't run into a lot of resistance. Dignitas will get a second try at this force buy. And SYMAN get to keep 5 alive. That makes a difference moving forward, no doubt in my mind. And if you can come out swinging haymakers on the T side of Inferno, just adds that pressure to the Dignitas side. 2-0. And what makes this even more interesting is that if SYMAN keep 5 alive here, which they did, and lose this round, they still buy back in the next. So this can still get crazy, can still get hectic, but ideal for SYMAN nonetheless. You'll see Dig just continue with what they got. Halzerk will buy a thing. Just as we always say, Scriv, it takes 1 Dig shot, it takes a couple nades. Every round is winnable.
Every round is indeed winnable. This one may be a smaller percentage, but still winnable. You know, that's what I'm always typing in chat. That's what I'm always saying in chat. Winnable. Ooh, nice little setup here. They are going to smoke out Halzerk, though. I was going to say maybe Halzert could get a drop if Get Right peaks at the right time. Not going to be the case, though. He's just sat, waiting in the smoke, hoping somebody comes his way. Not going to be the case for the time being. Oh, Freiburg spamming away. Almost finding the head of Norbit, but not quite. Meanwhile, down goes Get Right, Forest in at pit. Can't find anything. 5v3. The pistols seem to be falling flat. Mo, that's a nice little reaction for the 2K. Exist, he wants his AK so bad, but he can't get it. Just the one frag. Simon will stomach the losses of life, but it should be all good. We come into our first rifle round. Here we go. They've got plenty of cash. They could pull the AWP out if they want, but probably not going to do so. Oh, never mind. Okay, here we go. First rifle round as well. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, no AWP. Interesting.
Who's getting the first pick? Opless Halzert. And up in Mo's hands. He'll throw the flash for his teammates. Get Right's gonna have to drop the smoke. Yeah, Joggle could confirm. And they leave him alone. A lot of trust in Get Right to stay alive here. And to use the appropriate utility. He has a full set. Molly will be next, and Nade could follow it up. And I love this from Dig. Fight for brackets in the first rifle round. Utility comes in. Halzert secures the first. He's close. Do they know he's close? He gets caught with an aid. Yes, sir. And Freiburg can no longer peek at 39. Simon do the hard task of getting the kill back without losing anyone else. Yeah, that's not so bad.
Certainly could swing out of control, though. Look at these HP bars. And look how ready they are on the A-bomb site. Great little setup between the two of them. Forest makes it to hold things down. The flash, absolutely terrible. Forest with the triple in the flames. Does not matter. They win the round. And Dignitas, just like that, will pick up their first out of nowhere. Forest comes alive.
All right, Dig pull it out. They get the ops, Scriv. Simon, cash aplenty. But I think it's safe to say I'm impressed by both teams right now. Dignitas have a lot, and I mean a lot of trust in Get Right towards this B site. I'm not sure if this is how the look's going to continue for them, but I do like it. And Dignitas have given up brackets early, however, Scriv. They forced the op into sight. Forest through his smoke. That seems to be a trend. The headshot on Norbert. They're all trying to peek together. Good molly from Halzert. The nade even better, but he doesn't know there's someone in default already. Good trade from Forest, but he's all alone and wrapped on from Nealon. And that's round. Where's the bow? Unless Freiburg gets a spray through the smoke, which he narrowly does. And the nade seems on point. I don't know if they're going to continue to push this envelope.
Looks like it, dude. Sticking around. Maybe if nothing presents itself, I don't know. Nade coming in, not able to find anything. Smoke some flashes. They're going for it. Kios with the pre-fire. Easy clean up there. As it'll all be on to Get Right. Trying to get the spam. Not going to happen for him. And he will look to save. I feel like an overall save would have been a much better decision. I mean, that's all I've got to say, to be honest with you. Simon straight back in with the fourth, looking to shut things down here. Get off to a really good start on their T side. Dignitas do pick up one, so far an anomaly. And the fact that they don't string any together means that, of course, no real cash. So probably just a few upgraded pistols around the M4.
Oh, get right. What can you do with a saved M4? He is the B player. Simon are aware of this. And if the utility's not a... It should be a big enough tell that Get Right is here. The flash, the nades, the peek from Get Right, the spray. Oh, look at the damage. 1 HP on Mo, 12 on KDO. So close to being a triple spray down. But you know what this does? It sets the team up for success, Scriv. Guns towards Banana. Damage aplenty. I think Get Right may have just done enough.
Freiburg from behind. And just dropping back just like that. No, the peak comes in at the wrong time for Norbit. That sucks. Forest to finish him off. This is a hell of a round to be losing, to be honest with you. An overall investment of, what, maybe 2k, if that? Plus, of course, the saved M4. Okay, becomes a bit interesting. KDO hitting a crispy one will open up the B bomb site. However, the bomb itself is not near said bomb site. And Mo, he doesn't want to be making any noise. He's got 1 HP. KDO tries to be the hero. Not going to work out for him. The A bomb site's not vulnerable, my guy. They only sent one person. They're fairly confident in this. He's just charging in. And the easiest frag of exists life. That's just rude, isn't it? That's just a bit mean. Giving him the false sense of security that he'd made it in and he could get the bomb plant. Second round for Dignitas. Absolutely stolen away. Simon going to be kicking themselves.
It's just Get Right. He doesn't need to get all the kills, but he softens them up. His utility sends them back. And his teammates will do the cleaning. Halzerk. I think that might be a little bit of a glitch. There's an op on his back. So don't let it look... It's an op that shoots lightning. We'll go with that. And Simon, some armor, pistols. Saving for the next however, Scriv. And it's Simon to wrap on towards Arch. They'll run into the op of Halzerk. Freiburg's even here in time because they have so much trust in Get Right. Although Freiburg's not sticking around for long, Norbert's able to grab the AK, has armor, but Halzerk's not playing around. And again, another point. So much trust into Get Right. Rarely do you see, and I'll save my point for a moment as we jump over to Hellcase, Malta V extra money, Malta V 15 for a 15% refill bonus. Hundreds of cases to open. Esports tournament mode and giveaways aplenty. Check them out. They're an awesome partner to have. And my point is, they'll send players with Get Right early to win the utility war and give the illusion that there's more there. But it's rare to leave a rifler alone, right? Unless he's jump spotting. But they trust Get Right that much on these rifle rounds to leave him alone, which is super cool to see. And I'm curious to see how long that's going to last. Until Simon maybe pick up on it?
Yeah, probably right. Until, like, it falls flat. He does have a bit of assistance coming in from Freiburg here. The A holders looking solid. As to be expected. And I think we're going to be up to even Stevens pretty quickly, actually. Simon were looking good early on, but Dignitas just exploding onto the scoreboard here. Exist holding things down from porch. Easy pickup. Kneeling on 34. Not a chance. And there you have it. Even stuff. A bit of a throwaway round. Not expecting too much there from Simon, of course. This is where we expect them to have a different game plan. What do they have in the back pocket? The AWP out once again. As to reiterate, somewhat of a rarity. Very difficult indeed to utilize on the T side of Inferno. But they seem to like it. And it has worked in the past. Halzerk really got to get rid of that Zeus, my guy. I don't know what it is. I know you've already mentioned this. But yeah, these hoods, not just this one, but in general, it seems, I guess, the way that they're coded. They just focus on Zeus's.
Yeah.
Absolutely love them.
Can't blame it. Zeus's are cool. Halzerk, he's got to be careful. That smoke won't always cover him. And he's going to have to back on out of there. So he'll go down to 48. Utility used by SYMAN. And Nealon with the first kill. Freiburg gone. That was the banana player. But again, they trust Get Right enough to not have to split 2-2. A flash to try to let Exist peek. Norbert's all over this. He knows what's going on. He's going to try to get out of dodge. Exchange of fire. Exist gets one. Can he get out? He can. 17 HP. And everyone's rotating to B? This is a hard read. And I mean absurdly hard.
What can you say, man? Exist sticking around. Honestly. Richard's got a big brain, that's all I'm saying. Absolutely massive brain to send the squad towards the B-bomb site. It is the correct call indeed. They are going to come through 19 seconds. About 15 of those to get the bomb down. And every word I am speaking, the clock is dropping. Kios finds the first. Beautiful stuff to get the better of Get Right. Goodness me, takes a bit of time, but they're not expecting Halzert. Shortly comes in with a deagle. Oh no. Bomb's gone down, but at what cost? Nealon, 1 versus 2 required. Doesn't matter about the HP bars, and Halzert will secure the clutch. One-man army. Up, Deagle, Ake, you name it. He's getting kills with it.
Bomb has been defused. Counter-terrorists win.
Absolutely Goomba stomped, isn't it? Halzert with the dig, though. I mean, how fabulous is this? Even has time to pop a reload off to the AK. That's so big for Dignitas. He makes it look easy at times, Scriv. Although he permanently has a Zeus, he still makes it look so simple. SYMAN buy up. Norbert sent down to the back 10. Weird player, in my opinion, to send down to the back 10. I think you'd want him on an AK after the performance on Nuke, Scriv, but I could be wrong. And just as damage has changed, no real opening pick to be heard of exists. He said, yeah, not a chance. He's just way too exposed in the open. Gets caught with the flash. Norbert is next to challenge Halzert. Jump spot and the flash. But Force is not allowing Porch to fall into Word's enemy hands. And just like that, 2 for Halzert, 2 for Forrest. And it's KDO alone.
Here to do everything. Not looking good. Gets taken down. There's just, yeah, he just peeks into 3 players. Ultimately not able to get it done. Dignitas turning things around in a big way here on the CT side of things as they not only close the gap, not only take the lead, but now start to form a gap of their own. SYMAN coming in with a pause. Of course, this is paramount. They can't buy. Not cleanly anyway. They'd probably go for a half buy here and try and do some damage, get a bomb plant. Catch off. But just not going to be the case here, is it? Dignitas really looking clean. The energy has come out of nowhere almost, it seems like. I think they did take a pause, but I'm doubting myself. I don't think so. I don't think they did. But yeah, really just turning it around. A lot of it comes off the back of Halzert. One of the things we meme about it, but it's a good marker, is the Zeus. Because when it's gone, it means he's died. And he's not died for 3 or 4 rounds at least. So a decent performance. And they're doing a really good job of sending him everywhere, all around the map. Run boost coming in at the start on A to go for an early mid peak. They are utilizing the power and the prowess of their AWPer perfectly.
He is playing phenomenally. Nuke may have been rocky, but Inferno CT side is just his bread and butter. Look at him go. Exist, Forest, double spray. Just make it a triple. Why not? The Forest special. King of Porch, not Banana. He has since switched up his suits. Even though I'm mixing up the 2 player script. Uh-oh. It's Freiburg.
Are you kidding me?
You know I'm trolling, right, Scriv?
Yeah.
Okay. I was making sure you... I know you get my humor, but others might be like... Might not. But, you know what? As long as you get me... As long as we're connecting on a wavelength, I feel at home. I feel at peace. Very similar to how Dignitas are feeling right now. This Inferno CT side is kind of immaculate, and they've been doing a wonderful job of switching up their aggression, right? Fighting for brackets at times, Forrest fighting for Porch. I mean, he's an absolute beast. And of course, Freiburg towards Banana with Get Right. It's just the dynamic duos on B, the players are clicking at A, and more importantly, Halzerk is just absolutely popping off. You can't not ask for a better combination that Dignitas have going right now.
Absolutely. And I think this is one of the things that really comes into play just quickly is the fact that they have so much experience, they can move people around fluidly. And it's paying off in a big way. B-hit going to be coming in by the looks of things, at least in the next few moments. They are waiting for this smoke to dissipate. And, well, Get Right. He's reading it. Ready with the flash. Perfectly timed. Able to push forwards. Molotov to split them up. So much damage done. Team kill coming in fact. Exists through the smoke, finds one. Great off angle for Get Right. Holding Mouse 1. He's only good for 1, but he's done an awful lot in this round outside of damage itself. Exists coming close. Does a bit of damage through the coffin. Holding on to the man advantage. 3 on 2. Now into a 2 on 2. Definitely doable, but of course, Forrest, Halzerk, they're on the way. They're looking so hot. Mo has got to clutch it up. And they're smoking him off. They're moving in together. They're making it hard, but he is right behind them. Forrest, his brain is so big. You cannot get the better of this man. Dignitas will get the 8th. That is, oh my goodness, he is so smart. The site's clear. There's no peek from the site. He's behind us. Just, he doesn't even have to think. It's just instinctive.
The timing on him to consider, yeah, I'm going to hold this for a second. And could still trade out his player from sight. Really well done from Forrest. He is just thinking of everything right now. 16-5. He has been as close to perfection as you can get. And it helps that Halzerk, of course, is having a hell of a game. Again, Dignitas this time not pressuring Banana, just simply letting their nades do the speaking. They're not feeling they have to aggress anymore. The double nades into logs. I don't know where that damage went. I think the ground ate it. But kneeling finding Get Right means Freiburg could be in some trouble. They don't have the bomb, but Freiburg's coming through, only able to spray the 1, but it's enough because he doesn't spot the bomb. And look at Forrest staring down mid. If he finds his bomb carrier, that could be round, but he won't. What a sneaky get through from Norbert.
The catch may well have come through. Halzerk still not died yet. Will this be the round? The trusty Zeus on his hip. The good luck charm as they go for the retake. ADO just holding it nice and safe, nice and passive. Exist coming in real slow. Ooh, and a lovely little bait smoke, but KDO, he goes for the peak. He is savvy to the fact. And the 2 versus 3 coming in. I'm not sure if they're going to be massively confident on this one. A lot of utility indeed being utilized. Down goes Halzerk, but Forrest capitalizes, comes in with a double, knows where the third is at, trying to get him through the smoke. Not going to be the case across to the CZ. He's just going for the hold. KDO will push forwards and finds him. Simon finally put a stop to Dignitas.
Simon have hit it. In my opinion, that 5 is enough, Scriv. They're at that number. But they look at the money for the CT side. Clearly buying the rest of this half decently well. And only 2 rounds remain. Is it going to be a 10-5, a 9-6, or an 8-7? Everyone put your predictions in chat now. The mod's going to hate me. Sorry, Dark. And again, Dignitas. Utility speaking for itself. This time a follow-up from Get Right, but Mo read it. The smoke had a gap, and Get Right was not prepared for that one. Leaving Freiburg once again alone. But this time he'll hold towards half wall instead of CT.
much more tense for Dignitas now. Oh, great flash coming in. Freiburg only good for one, however. They will drop back. 4 on 3. Good. Halzerk, contact. Oh, he misses the shot. Forrest is there with him. Will it be enough? Forrest still around, running low on ammo. Needs to drop back. Exist as well on the rotation. Needs to get here quickly, and with that smoke coming in, decided to go back A. Forrest hears this. Exist is going to stick around and might be able to cut them off with brackets if he plays his cards right, slowly but surely creeping in. The timing going to be absolutely perfect for him. The AWP peak coming through. They will swing. Everybody survives, but Exist is here pretty damn quickly through the smoke, getting aggressive. He's so blind that he can't get out. Norbert drops him, and that'll be the sick for SYMAN, surely.
Forrest is creeping. Looking for this 1v1. If Nealon just misses a shot, oversteps, and Norbert misses a bullet. Nah, he won't. What am I saying? Norbert miss a bullet? Although it's a quiet game for him, it's around that SYMAN needed. And just look at the low frags from SYMAN in comparison to Dig. You gotta get an interesting contrast. The SYMAN are getting the rounds they need, no matter what. Up to 6. Dignitas buy. Good time for a pause, as everyone will be buying what they can on the final round. Might as well buy those pistols that you've wanted with your rifles all half long, because now there's no consequences with it. Halzerk will have his op. Freiburg will have full utility. Kits aplenty. And here we go. Well, they let Halzerk loose. We haven't seen him peek banana, which has been interesting. He's been very A-heavy. He's been loving the halls push, peeking down into brackets. And he kind of has the spawn to do it again, so brace yourselves, because I think it's happening.
Here we go. Who do they go for here? Early aggression. Exist pushing down. Could be risky. Could be successful. Hard to tell. It is successful. The smoke coming in. Wow, they have so much control off the back of that Norbert. It's great that he gets a quick trade through the smoke. Halzerk finds Nealon, though. And for a split second, they even things back up. Dignitas, however, after the initial exchanges, come out on top with a nice, solid one-man advantage.
A one-man lead. Smoking towards brackets isn't going to do much. It's not going to pull Freiburg off of his task of jiggling with the molly in hand. And he's going to do this as long as it takes. Spotted by the op. Molly will be dropped. They smoked it. They're coming through. Norbert trades out. That's okay. If they can get right for free, and they can. A 2v2 retake now for Dig. As Mo will plant and Halzerk gets close. This is tense. Another one in the bag for Dignitas, Skriv. Pressure's on.
The big question, dude. The big question. Great molly coming in from Halzerk to push Mo out of position. He is burning. He's trying to find the frag. Halzerk misses the shot, but it doesn't matter. It's all down to KDO, and he's savvy to Forrest on the flank, but can't find it. Dignitas, they come straight back in. They've got themselves a 9th. They actually recover that halfback pretty well. SYMAN off to a flying start, but man, they just fell short the final couple hurdles, not able to keep that momentum going, starting the race a bit too quickly. And Dignitas, as you see, a string of 7. Absolutely brilliant stuff. Oh. Ah. Loot bet. Of course, our betting partners coming in, as they are heavily, particularly after that round, now that it's updated, favoring Dignitas. Interesting. Like, very heavily, though. Like, the most one-sided, I believe. Actually, no. I think after the first half of overpass maybe was bigger. But still, pretty big in favor of Dignitas.
That's not too bad. Mo, risky peek, but it pays off because he has Kiosk to back him up. They'll walk away with a man advantage. And where do Dignitas go from here? That's the oh so important question. That is the round deciding question and decision in Forest. Just give this guy a P250 with armor and he'll deliver. Neelan's leaving B, or at least considering maybe they could be through Arch. Can they be behind me? He asks his teammates. And as the smoke will start to fade in the next few seconds, can Forrest find one more? It's Neelan to hold. And you know it's coming with 42 seconds. Get-Right has that quick CT smoke. Neelan's probably going to peek. Try to get the quick one. He's peeking non-stop, and now he'll just fade back. Spray through the smoke and try to get lucky. But he's run out of luck, and Digger in the sight.
That's so unfortunate. The bullet that hits him, like, in the shoulder. He was so close with the pre-aim. Could have made all the difference, and now they're on the retake with these low HP players coming in. Really not looking good at all. Try they will. Flash comes in. Forrest turns away from it. Easy frag on the P250. Does get traded out. But still got to get through this deadly crossfire right now. They've got a kit available. Still not a lot of time to work with. An instant headshots from existing Get-Right. 10th for Dignitas on the board. They start this second half off with that big bang they were looking for.
Well, they get it done. Mac 10s, MP5. Still testing the water with that gun. Forrest with the lone AK, looking to cut them down like a lumberjack. I mean, his beard is very reminiscent of the lumberjacks, so reference makes point. Norbert shut down, and the Mac 10s will make some cash. Although Forrest will take a couple kills away, the Mac 10s still make money. Now, this is the round that Simon have to be careful. You've just witnessed one AK, and I think they spotted 3 SMGs. So some of them are going to prioritize head armor where they can. Mo, Neelan downgrades for it. But Norbert and Kadio could get punished for this decision of not having head armor. It could play out that it's going to be something quick from Dig, which more than likely after a default debate utility, it will be. So stay strapped in, because this round, you never know. These Mac 10s can be wild. Get a little boost off of that for Mo to land on the head and jump up on porch. An aggressive angle. But he has support from Norbert.
I don't know, man. These 3 Mac 10s could be deadly, actually. Running and gunning while you're on high, it can be a little difficult. They can't really go anywhere. Oh, so much utility coming in. Not going to blind the player on high, but it doesn't matter. There it is. Exist on the Mac 10. He's an absolute beast with it, apparently. Finding the opening too. Kadio trying to do the same. Not going to be the case as Exist. Just barreling his way in, using his teammates as bait, and only one of them falls. A really good round from Dignitas to open up the A-bomb site. T-side off to a stellar start here for Dignitas. It really is. The remaining 2 Simon boys just going to have to save.
It's just absolutely iced out. They trade out. They only lose Halzart. And they just walk onto the site like they own it. This is the confidence that I've been waiting to see out of Dignitas. It never came in on Overpass and started to at that like halfway point of Nuke. I really started to feel they were getting assertive. They're finding their own jive, their own groove. And now they're fully confirming what I think and what I feel by what they're showing in the server. So getting up to that Dignitas level that we know, it's going to take a little bit to get there. Obviously after the break, but coming out really well. Simon Gonna have to save, let 13 slip by. Next round, they'll have the op. They'll have the M4s and utility. Just getting there while not allowing the T economy to bloom too much. So, again, goal for this round is damage. Don't allow Dig to wipe you and keep 5 alive, and then the comeback is going to be oh so difficult. Having to fight buy after buy after buy while lost bonus builds. That's the struggle. And I feel like that's always the struggle, isn't it?
Forever a struggle, my guy. Ooh, I'm liking the flashes here. Not really anyone to act upon them. Oh, that smoke is life-saving. Somehow the nades do barely any damage. The flash is so good, but the smoke then works in favor of Dignitas. That's such a weird turn of events. So unsure, just spraying into the smoke. Oh my goodness, that's kind of crazy. Dignitas, though, after weathering it, I think they should be okay to move into the site. I say, Neelan and KDO coming in with a killer piece so far, looking for more as well. Definitely possible. Halzer trying to be the calm in this storm. Looks like they are able to get through things, but it's still so messy, and still potential here for the rest of the SYMAN squad to find a frag or two. The smoke going to dissipate. Flash comes in. Norbert, how does he mess that up? How does he mess that up? Freiburg takes out Mo in the meantime. Kios's the only one left. They're all so low, but they spot him coming through the smoke. And Dignitas get a 13th. Oh my god. That is the craziest round.
Do you want me to add something constructive to that, Scriv?
I mean, what can you add?
A giggle?
Yeah,
and Dignitas got to 13, right? So that's my ad. SYMAN get the op out now. The AUG for KDO. Kits aplenty. Utility there. And this is their moment, right? Must win, in my opinion. They're already turtling in sight, which means they have to call for a third player. How quick did Dignitas send them packing the site? They only have one smoke to hold them back, which means Mo has to rotate over early. Really well done from Dignitas. SYMAN could be posturing up to retake Banana, which is kind of what they want and what Exist wants. But they're going to be looking to flash in through this mid-smoke or wait for it to dissipate. And Freiburg will lead the charge. Will get right, will clear halls. They're trying to capitalize on someone from SYMAN being out of position. And getting all the map control they can. It's shaping up nicely.
Do or die for SYMAN. Feel if they lose this round, the game might just go with it. That spot in the semi-finals. It has been an exciting one so far. The second half from SYMAN not really living up to standard. They are trying in this round, though. Kios only gets one. Freiburg follows his traces through the smoke. And I think that might just do it. 4 versus 3. Needed to do a bit more than this. Even just damage would have been good. But nothing substantial coming for SYMAN. They will tuck their tail between their legs. Save what they have left. 14th for Dignitas on the board. Looking real good. They at least
save a couple guns in their conceding of the round. So it's justified. But it goes without saying this is the last round they can afford to do that. This is their last chance to fight back. I would love a pause from SYMAN. Discuss your options. See where you're lacking. And step up to the plate. You don't need a single. You don't need a ground rule double. You need a home run. And that has to turn into 3 or 4. And it's gonna start what seems like a bit of a banana fight. Nades down, flashes to follow. And SYMAN have successfully taken banana control from Dignitas and chipped them down. It's been a while since we've had this, but it's exactly what I think SYMAN needs.
Yeah, a bit of a upwards trajectory, bit of momentum. It has slowed way down since that banana control. I think Dignitas do a really good job of keeping them at bay and not allowing the banana control to turn into very much. Other than, to be fair, like a utility sink. There you go. They will respond as the smokes dissipate completely. The molly comes in. Mo sticks around a little too long. His 17th death of the game. As the B-bomb site will fall off the back of it. Another frag coming in. Freiburg just through the smoke is an absolute madman. Round after round after round. Halzerk pushing forwards, not stopping. Holding W, finding all the frags. Get right on the flank. Okay. Okay. I mean, no harm, no foul. The round's won. He's just looking to find remaining 2 players, and he's just not. That's so messy. I was going to say doing what Get Right does, but usually it's kind of cleaner, kind of more thought out than that. They are struggling to drop these remaining 2 players. Norbert, to be fair, coming in with a nice double, but it feels like it's to no avail. They've got to win 9 rounds in a row to take us to overtime.
That's quite a few, isn't it? Yeah, they'll have guns, sure they'll have utility, but it hasn't been enough lately. We're gonna need some gumption. We're gonna need some change. And we're gonna need some W's on that board. Just still with his Mac 10. It's kind of been his thing, hasn't it? And right back to this default. Haven't missed a beat with it. SYMAN not wanting to fight in towards banana, not wanting to use all their utility early. They know they've been getting baited for it. And this push from Norbert could be great, but he gets turned on by Forrest. Good night. And Forrest is able to find a second at the expense of his teammates. Can Mo close into the smoke be a surprise? At least he gets the first. As Halzerk looks to try to group with Forrest, who somewhat owns this site. But he's about to molly a teammate. That's not good. And he saved.
Okay, Halzerk, beautiful. Evened up, 2v2. I mean, this would summarize this game perfectly if they're able to clutch this out. Grouping up, slow but sure. Halzerk moving in. Mo kind of following in his footsteps, so he might not expect this player to be so quickly behind him. Kind of does, though. Molly goes down. Mo going to dissipate, and Halzerk spots it out at the very first second available. All down to Mo to keep them alive. 1 versus 2 required. This is no easy feat. The string of 9 needed. The first, escaping them as Halzerk will drop Mo to secure Inferno 16-6 and secure the series 2-1. So well done by Dignitas. My God, that second half was absolutely no contest. They didn't drop a round. They got 7 in a row, Keith. So well done by the Dignitas boys.
I mean, how good is Halzerk?